There's no way to make it wider, innit? Because the brothers are gonna come as well.
In that case, I'm gonna have to change the camera. Because then I have to do it backwards. I'll stay behind the camera.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So I'd already pressed live by that time.
Started, innit?
Oh, actually, what to do?
Good.
Yeah, that should be the wider camera now.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's what you said. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, when they give all praises and glory to
Yeah,
Yahweh, Bar Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bar Hashem, Rakakotash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings unto the hopeful and sincere elect. Brothers from GMS London out here once again, coming to the end of a solemn assembly, the Pesach, week of unleavened bread, which ends tonight. You know, and brothers can go back to eating leaven as the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have said. But you know, me personally, I want to stay on a gluten-free diet. See how long I can go without eating that yeast, man, because it's beneficial for the belly, man, for your core and your body in its entirety, man. That yeast, a yeast-free diet is basically good for the body, man. You know, all that yeast that you eat throughout the whole year, and then throughout that week of Pesach, the week of unleavened bread, the feast of unleavened bread, you don't touch no yeast. You actually feel more replenished in the body, man. It's like a detox, man. So me personally, I see the benefits of staying off that gluten.
Yeah. Quickly, if I say you get a lot of people that have yeast infections. And
Yeah,
shit like
especially
that.
women. Downstairs, you get a lot of women with that yeast
Yeah.
infection.
Yeah.
Shit be festering, and then they wear all that tight clothing. It makes the shit musty, even more musty and smelly as hell.
Yeah.
And that goes to the curses anyway.
Yeah.
But that's why it's beneficial. You got to look after yourself, man. The scriptures talk about the wife being a wise physician, attaining to the herbs, because the Lord made the medicines out of the earth. He didn't tell you to go to the damn devil, to the damn pharmaceutical company, and take their damn pills that are full of all kinds of toxins and chemicals to destroy your damn self. And when you go into that word sorcery, it goes back into the word pharmakia, which that's basically what all these medicines in the hospitals, the NHS and all that, that's what they prescribe to you. Fucking witch potions, man. You know, that fuck you up even more.
So I was just gonna say real quick. That's why even the king basically was like, I ain't touching that chemo, man.
Yeah, that chemo is deadly. That chemo, well, I know personally from family members, that chemo just destroys you from the inside out. There's basically radiation that just burns you from the inside out. You lose all your hair, all your follicles. You lose your sense of reasoning. Your appetite for taste goes out the window, and it's basically like a slow death, man. You basically just sign your own death warrant by going on that chemotherapy cycle, man. But these devils make fucking how much millions and millions of pounds and dollars off that fucking treatment of cancer, which basically radiation used to kill people, man, especially the elderly, man. But anyway, we're gonna start off. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, chapter 8, and the 4, which leads: the Lord has created medicine out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Did you hear that? The Lord said He made the medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise shall not abhor them, man. So we don't need to go to these damn devils. Like in the ancient world, you had the shaman and all that. You had the medicine men. They'll deal with the herbs, man. You come to them, tell them that you're sick, you got some type of ailment or some skin disorder, and they'll go to the bushes somewhere, pick up some wild herb, crush that shit, get some bitter herbs in there, crush it, mix it with some other ointments and all that, oils and that, and then put it on your skin or make you eat it, man. And usually it's bitter, because anything that's bitter is usually better for you than all this sweet shit, man. So they give you some bitter herbs, some bitter medicine, real medicine from the earth, and that over time that will heal you, man. Natural herbs from the earth. You don't need no fucking pills from the damn doctor that's there just to basically like a placebo act. That's over time will actually kill you anyway. Because all them toxins that they tell you in the side effects, especially them American commercials, the side effects side effect is death. How can you? How can a side effect be death, man?
Hmm.
What kind of shit is that? That ain't that. That means that medicine's not to heal you. That's to keep you in illness, man. That's to keep you in ailment, so you stay in the hospital, so those people can get money for the treatments that they're giving you, man. Because the hospital is a big multi-billion pound dollar business, man. Just like any other industry in this damn fucking wicked ass
Yeah.
society, man.
Yeah. There's no money in the cure.
There's no money in the cure, exactly. This is a cure for cancer. Look what they did to Dr. Sebi. They got that nigga out of there, man. You find a cure for cancer. There's like, nope, nigga.
Yeah.
Cut that nigga down and get rid of that treatment.
Yeah.
They don't want you to treat yourself and heal yourself, man.
Because if I can say, and it goes to anything that Esau puts his hand on, which I know about to Habakkuk, the second chapter, right? Because even when you look at car engines, right? When you look, there was two models of car engine. You have the one that Nikola Tesla, the original Tesla, the one that he designed, which is a lot more efficient than the engine that we have today, right?
Mhm.
But the reason why they chose that they didn't go with Nikola Tesla's engine model was because it would lose the oil industry money.
Yeah, it's all about money. It's all about money for Esau, man. That's what this whole industry is about for Esau, the so-called white man. His thing is about the dollar bill.
Mhm.
You know, he doesn't care about the repercussions of his actions, or look at the Key Bridge. They just took down the Key Bridge over there in Baltimore.
Yeah.
That was an inside job, obviously,
Yeah.
But obviously the Lord was with it, man.
Yep.
But what's that happened now? What's happened to their trade now? Now they're losing $50 million or pounds every day because of that bridge that got collapsed over there in Baltimore, man,
Yeah.
which was purposely done by the wicked elite.
And now they said it's going to take 10 years to rebuild it.
Exactly, and it's fucking up their trade.
Yeah.
Just like it did in the Suez Canal when that Suez Canal gap got cut off and there was a blockage and all that. It was messing up the world trade.
Yeah.
All kinds of countries were suffering, man, economically. So that situation over there, even as small as it looked, just by a fucking cargo hitting a bridge, it caused mass disruption in the world economy, man. For the Americans anyway, and that's why there's gonna be more famines and more stocks and all of that stuff being decreased over there in America in these last coming days, man. Because all hell's about to break loose. You got that solar eclipse that's gonna happen on April the 8th. Who knows what's gonna happen after that, man? You got Esau trying to shoot missiles at the damn sun. You want to shoot missiles out of the eclipse. You must be out your fucking mind, man.
Left hand bombs.
Yeah. That's if not, where and who is he, man? Because it's like, who would think to shoot?
But that just shows you Esau knows something's coming for his ass, man. And he's trying to avert from prophecy, to start from Habakkuk 2:1. Because he's trying to avert from prophecy because he knows his time is up. Revelations 12:12, if you can get that up, or someone get it, These devils know their time is up, man. Those solar eclipses, those signs in the heavens are signs of the times, man. That means this place, it's a wrap for this place. The Lord's about to obliterate and destroy this empire, just like every other empire that came upon the earth. Started with the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Persian and the Medes, the Greeks, the Romans. All those empires came and went, man.
Mhm.
This empire is no fucking different, man. It's just that this devil thinks he's so proud because he's got modern day technology. But let's see what the Lord's going to do to his ass, man. Go and read.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me
Speak
upon
loud,
the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I will answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Write the vision, make it plain upon tables. That's why we got the Bible today, which is a book of books. Was it something like 80 books or 70 something books? 66 plus the 14 from the Apocrypha. So it's like 80 books in title.
Mhm.
So these words have been written down and constructed in the book for us to read. The things that are written aforetime are for our learning and our knowledge, man. And the title and signs of things to come. Prophecy, man. Go ahead.
That he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time,
But the vision is yet for an appointed time. Go ahead.
but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
At the end it shall speak and not lie. We're in the end, man. These are what they call the end days. The last days of this wicked ass society. Not the end days of the actual earth, because the earth is always going to abide forever. Because the Lord said he made the earth to abide forever in the book of Ecclesiastes. But the rulership, there's going to be a change of the guard.
Error, yeah.
Because this place has been mismanaged by the damn devil, as you can plainly see. He's destroyed the air that we have to breathe, the food that we have to eat. He's destroyed the minds of these peoples. They don't even know they can distinguish between male and female anymore. These people are deranged, man. They're deluded. They're gone. So this place needs to be revamped, man. It needs a refurbishing. That
Yeah.
goes into the word kainos, a
Precept.
new heaven and a new earth, man. Wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Because this place is under the hub of straight wickedness. Go ahead.
Just real quick. 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, Esau is the end of the world. And when you look up that word world, there's 3 different terminologies or 3 different words. You got aeon, which means a time, age, a time. You know, then you got cosmos, meaning an organization, a secular people. And then you got oikomene, which means the whole known world. So the word there in the Greek would be aeon, because Esau's at the end of his rulership, man. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau represents Esau, Edom, these so-called white people today. These red people on the earth. There's no such thing as white people. And then the so-called blacks, Hispanic and Native Americans, represent the tribe of Jacob, or Jacob, the 12 tribes of Jacob, man. The real Israelites. Even Putin's come out and said that the real Israelites are so-called black people, man.
Records.
He brought out the Russian icon showing you the dark art of the medieval times, showing you Israelites ruling throughout Europe during the medieval times, man. The Vikings, the Saxons and all of that. Those are Israelites, man. There ain't no damn crackers ruling in Westminster during the time of Richard the Lionheart and all that. Those are so-called black people. You would call them so-called niggers today. The Templars and all that. Those are all black people, man. Richard Lionheart. You got black. What's his name? No, not Black Pete. They don't even know those are Jakes. Charles II. They called his name. His name was Black Boy. Why did they call Charles II Black Boy? Because he was actual black man. His father was a black man. King George III. They make mockery of King George III. Why? Because he was a so-called black man. He was a nigger. They say the madness of King George and all that. Henry VIII. These were all so-called white people that they paint in that Renaissance art. That's what they call whitewashing images, man. Someone get Job 9:24. You already know what I want, man. They whitewashed images. It's called Renaissance art, man, which meaning the rebirth, iconoclasm. Why? Because they wanted to push white supremacy throughout the earth. When this devil was in the caves, of South Georgia, Russia for 1,000 years. During the Renaissance period, that's when they came back into power, man. And they painted themselves in the light images of the Lord and the disciples and the angels and the Heavenly Father himself, because they wanted to push that white supremacy. And still to this day, our people worship a white Jesus, man. They think the Lord's a so-called white man. They're willing to die for that, man. That's how bugged out our people are. Not knowing that our Lord and Savior is the same color as them. Go ahead, man. Job 9:24.
Job 9:24.
Speak loud, bro.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Who are the true judges of the earth, man? Starting from our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, man, who they ignorantly call JC. Then the disciples and the rest of the 12, and then the rest of the disciples that follow the Lord, the judges, King David, King Solomon, all of those men, all of those great men, those are men of color, man. On down to all the saints and the kings and princes that ruled throughout the Dark Ages. Those are all Israelites. They did that because they read the scriptures and they knew that the prophecy of Jacob saying that out of his loins shall come kings and princes shall come out of his loins, man. They knew that prophecy, man, and they knew that their line goes stretched back to Jacob. So during the Dark Ages, it was called the divine right of kings. You had Israelites that were scattered throughout Europe from 70 AD when they left Jerusalem and all that. When they got ran out by the Romans, they ran throughout different parts of the earth, throughout Europe, even as far as Russia. You had the Scythians and all that. Those were Jakes, man. They ruled in Russia and all that. That's why Putin has they call it Russian icons. Chill out, bro. They have Russian icons, man. They have Russian icons showing you that the saints and all those judges and kings and princes ruling during that time were all men of color, man.
Precept. First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathens had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
You gotta read that again.
First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Exactly. What's that called? That's called iconoclasm. It's the facing of images. So if we're making this shit up, how comes Putin, Tsar Putin, Vladimir Putin of Russia, is bringing out the same information we've been bringing out for years, man, for decades? All of a sudden, there's no more conspiracy theories when a guy like Putin comes out and says it. But when we were saying it from going back to '07 from the apostles and the elders, people were saying we're bugged out. We had the images showing you the dark arts and all that. People were saying, oh, you're making that shit up. It's not all about color. So if it's not all about color, why is Putin coming out saying that the Lord is a so-called black man? Because it's about truth. And this place has been built upon lies. Someone gets 2 Ezra 6 and 24. And the Lord's coming back, by the way, for you numbskulls out here. This is why all these plagues and all these things are happening upon the earth. This is about the second coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. And he's not a so-called white man, man. He's a tall, dark-skinned black man with white woolly hair and red beaming eyes, man. And he's coming back pissed. He's not coming back to shake hands with people. He's coming back pissed, man. He's coming back to slay people.
Precept. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Who's the son of perdition? The so-called white man. The so-called white man. More known as the Romans back 2,000 years ago, they was calling themselves Romans. Today they call themselves Caucasians, man. What's the word Caucasian? It just means a cave dweller. Because that's where their habitation was. They're dwelling in the caves of South Georgia, Russia. Before that, there was in the land of Idubia, or the land called Edom. Mount Seir is the habitation, which is like a rock, stony land. You know? So Esau's habitation has always been some clefts of the rock, some type of habitation where there's rocks and mountains and all that, mountain retreats. That's why Esau's the only one that goes mountain climbing and shit. You don't see black people go mountain climbing because that's not their custom, man. That's not their culture. But it's the culture of the so-called white man, though. They were the ones dwelling in the caves, man. Cave monkeys. We weren't dwelling in no damn caves, man. Grunting on all fours, man. That was these Europeans, man. But now they're in the high offices making decisions and you know, in the Oval Office and all that. Fucking up the earth. Go ahead.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped.
He opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High and worship. Because he's got all these satellites, all this technology that he's got. Tells you in Daniel 7 and 8 that man's eyes was given unto the fourth, the little horn. The man's eyes is talking about that technology, man. So Esau got proud, and you know, him that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks. Now he's ultimately proud, man, because he thinks he's the most high on earth. Because he's got his satellites, he can beam down and look upon the people from a bird's eye view. You know, he's got all this technology everywhere. Now he's fucking with the CERN particles, trying to open up different portals in the earth, which is gonna backfire on him. You know, because that's gonna be the writing on the wall for his ass. You fucking with them CERN colliders, CERN particle colliders, or whatever they call it, particle colliders. You know, trying to open up portals is gonna backfire on you, man, because you're messing with a different dimension, man. That's the fourth dimension you're trying to open. So you're gonna bring all kinds of demonic energy on this earth that you ain't supposed to be messing with, man. You know, and it's gonna haunt you until those missiles hit. And those missiles are gonna hit, man. Those missiles are gonna be the last, you know, the sayonara basically of this whole wicked ass empire, man. America is gonna be obliterated by nuclear destruction, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll call
So
for
that-
something though.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, the finish.
Who was it?
Oh, joke them in.
One of the something there, pocket for it was
Oh, okay.
Second verses 4 and 20, yeah, 6 and 24. That's it.
last quick line in it. So that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Yeah,
Remember,
because this devil's trying to show himself that he is the Most High, but it's vanity though, because you're nothing but a mere mortal. You're a man, and second and foremost, the Lord hasn't promised you anything other than your people going into slavery for what you did to His chosen people, man. What you did to the 12 tribes of Israel, the real Israelites. You put them on cargo slave ships and shipped around the four winds of the earth. You gotta pay for that atrocity, man. You still haven't paid for that to this day. You're running from justice, man. You're like your forefather Cain, a vagabond and a fugitive, running from justice, man. But justice is going to come up to you. Poetic justice is going to creep up to you, man, in these last days. There's no escape for you. You got to pay for what you did to the Lord's chosen people. You got to get a taste of your own medicine, which is slavery for 1,000 years.
Yep. It says, remember you not that when I was with you, yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
So this devil's being revealed. Get 2 Ezra 6 and 24.
This is the book of second Ezra 6 and 24. At that time,
Acts 2 and 20.
should I study, from 23?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, second Ezra 6 and 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hears, they shall be suddenly afraid.
Go ahead.
At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
That's not the precept, but that's a good precept anyway. But the precept I want to slack you. So truth shall flourish.
Oh,
Look at it.
It's like 20. It's not the same verse. Same chapter. I mean.
That it shall be declared
Yeah.
iniquity. One sec.
it's 6:28.
6:28.
Yeah, 28. Go on.
Second Ezra 6 and 28.
Go on.
As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome.
Yeah, corruption's being overcome right now because this truth has been declared throughout the four winds of the earth. And what did the Lord say? This truth's going to be declared throughout the four winds of the earth, and then what? The end shall come. So now these people ain't got no cloak for their sins, man. And Esau's getting butthurt, and he's having to do a lot of damage control because he knows that this truth has been going out through that four winds throughout the World Wide Web, and now he can't do nothing to stop it, man. They paid millions and billions of dollars to try and stop this truth from coming out. But why did it come out? Because it's the spirit of the Lord. And if it's of the Lord, you can do nothing against it, man. You know, if it be of men, it shall come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you can do nothing against it. So the spirit of the Lord, since the 70s or late 60s, early 70s, has been coming out, you know, hard. Tsunami, a wave of truth has been coming out hard. The revival of the children of Israel, the real Israelites, starting from the 12 tribes, starting with the elect. The valley of the dry bones, the Jake waking up around the four winds of the earth. That's happening, and these devils can't stop it, man. Now we're coming to the end of it. Let me finish that.
And the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
And it's the truth that has been for so long without fruit is being declared through what? All these different artifacts coming out, the history, you know, we were talking about the Dark Ages, the Byzantine Empire, all that history coming out, man. That Esau has been whitewashing history and all these different things, you know. And in Psalms 85 and 11, if someone can get that real quick, it tells you that the earth is going to help, meaning that these things are going to be brought out. They found Noah's Ark over there doing what, the early 90s and all that. They found Noah's Ark over there in Mount Ararat, man, in Turkey. They found the evidence of that because Esau lacks these carnal minded. He wants to see tangible evidence. So there's one source of tangible evidence that Noah's Ark exists, because you got the remnants of it over there in Turkey, Mount Ararat, man, and they got the discovery of that. And there's different findings that they found throughout the heavens, throughout the earth, throughout the ages, man, to testify and quantify that the scriptures is, you know, true. So you got Psalms 85 and 11 real quick.
Yep. Psalms 85 and 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth.
Truth shall spring out of the earth. By all these findings and all that, you know, relic findings and stuff of that nature. Go ahead.
And righteousness shall look down from heaven.
And righteousness shall look down from heaven. It's truth shall spring out of the earth. All these ancient findings of Putin even coming out. Esau, even the devils even coming out and proclaiming that, you know, the Israelites are so-called men of people of color. With different shades of brown. We're not all so-called black. I'm not saying the 12 tribes of Israel are all black. I'm saying we're different shades of brown. But we're definitely not the Europeans. Those small hat rats that are over there in the land right now, those are imposters, man. And that's why they're shucking and jiving over there, trying to hold on to that land that doesn't even belong to them, man. Fighting for a land that's not even theirs. Because they know eventually they're going to get kicked out of that land by Yahweh Shai when he comes with the chariots and ultimately those nuclear missiles as well, man. They're going to blast those damn gutter rats out of that land, man. Them and their damn tunnels, man. They're going to get blown to hell and back. And especially over there in America. America's going to be turned into a desert, man. A pit of destruction, man. Showing you that the Lord was never with America. Babylon the Great. That was the 8th head that was made to go into perdition, man. Made to be destroyed. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a quick one for you just on that.
You want to come forward, bro?
Yeah, come on. This is the book of Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shai will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
I'll break it down, man.
So the Lord coming back, like in the book of Luke, he said, Yahweh Shai himself said that his will is for the fire to already be kindled before he arrives. When he arrives, he's going to add to that fire through the chariots. And ultimately, like the scripture says, there's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth, because the Lord's going to bring a besom of destruction through fire. And then the scripture in Revelations, there's the description about the first death, which happened during the time of Noah, which was by water. On this occasion, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to bring the second death by fire, and only the elect out of the land of America are going to be redeemed out of that and beamed up into those chariots simultaneously, while those missiles and the fire from the chariots is raining down. Anything else on the shores of America is going to be left and totally destroyed. Across the rest of the world, you're also going to have key targets, specifically London, of course, that's going to be totally run down and burnt, man. And then and ultimately, those chariots are the vehicle of salvation that the elect are going to be saved by. Continuing on real quick, it says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So, there's going to be many men and women, children, young maids, described in Ezekiel the 9th chapter, that are going to die when the Heavenly Father comes back through his Son on this second occasion. But through us being out here diligently professing the Lord's word, we're sealing Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Ra'azah, we're hopeful that hopeful elect our salvation, man. The Apostle Paul spoke about the through the fear of the Most High persuading men. We foresee all of the destruction that's coming, and we're out here like the Lord instructed us to, warning our people before the hell comes.
Yeah, because we're known as the prophets of doom. And Ezekiel 3 and 17 says that the Lord said to give them warning from him, of the evil days and the evil times to come. And that's why we're talking about these things, because we ain't out here for fun and games and no gimmicks, man. We ain't out here celebrating the Lord's Pesach as if it's a party celebration, man. The time of Pesach is a serious tormentive time, man. There's a time about escaping judgment, man, getting mercy from the Lord. But Jakes want to take the seriousness of the Lord's Pesach, the Passover, and celebrate it like it's a party, man. Like it's something, like it's a Saturday Night Fever type event, man. Like you're making a mockery of the Lord and these words, man. And the Lord gonna judge you guys that keep doing this madness, man. Doing this, being in this truth, feigning the word of the Lord, because you all about the fame and the glory and the vanity of this so-called world, and you're trying to mix it with this truth, man. That don't work, man. The Lord told us to be transformed and renewed in the spirit, man. To be transformed in the mind. Present yourself as a living sacrifice. You're supposed to, put the things of the world aside, man. You're supposed to become a new man in the Lord, not trying to mix the old world with this, or the old man with this new man, basically. That's like mixing oil and water. It can't mix. But you got guys that's purposely trying to push worldly activities and trying to bring into this truth. Like, that's part of our customs, man. And the Lord gonna judge you niggas for that. If you don't change your way, if you don't repent and come out of that madness.
I got this real quick. Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Yeah, man, you can't serve two masters. You can't serve the Lord and be trying to make yourself rich. You see what happens when you try and get rich? Ask the kiddie fiddler, the diddler, Mr. Diddy, man. What happens when you try and get yourself rich? Vanity and all that. Tells you that, many that shall be rich fall into very diverse and hurtful lusts, man. The temptations which destroy men. That's why your guy Diddy's all over the news right now. Does he try to make himself rich? Because why? Because of the love of money. The love of money is the root of all evil, man. And that's what got him in the circumstances he's in now. And now he's all over the headline news, being exposed for all the devious acts that he's been doing for the past how many decades? 30 years or so, man. Because he followed the lust of his father, the devil, man. And the lust of your father you shall do. He was initiated the same way he's trying to initiate other Jakes into the industry, all these sex parties and orgies and rituals and all of that, underground tunnels and shit. The guy, they even said that he got underground tunnels in his crib, man. So he's following the same, scheme or the same trademark as the souls, the small hats, man, that initiated him into that industry. And now they're gonna use him as a scapegoat because he's just he's no one of importance, but the people that he was around, surrounded him, were people of importance, people that are behind closed doors, so to speak, shadow governments and all that, higher ups of the society, man. AAA celebs as they call them, man. That people don't know, are not known by the average citizen, the average person. He was in league with those people, man, the richer top elite, in those different parties that he was organizing. So they don't want that information coming out. So that's why they raided these cribs. They said had 3 different raids at the same time to make sure they got rid of that evidence, man.
Yeah.
Just like when Prince Andrew, and that information was coming out on him with the whole Epstein thing. What do you think Esau was doing? He weren't trying to bring out all that information. He was hiding most of that information, man. Hillary Clinton, all those demons, they all got dirty luggage and old luggage that they've got of all corruption that they've been doing throughout the ages, man. Of all them different rituals and sex parties that they've been partaking in, man. But the Lord said that the things that are in the dark shall be brought to the light. In the book of Luke, there's nothing that shall be hid. Yo, shalom, man. Yeah, man. There's nothing that shall be hid. Nothing that shall be hid that shall not be brought to the light, man. The Lord's exposing these devils. Someone get that in Jeremiah 23 as well, and Luke 8, man. That which is hidden in the dark shall be brought to the light, man. That's it. That's why all these guys, Diddy the fiddler, Diddy the kiddie fiddler's been exposed, and there's more. There's a whole industry of them niggas, man. The whole Hollywood industry is full of those niggas, man. Sellouts of our people, bug outs. I just showed you the news article, the headline of that Jake. That signed the nail varnish deal. He's a basketball player and he signed the nail varnish deal, man.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, he just signed some popular basketball player. What's his name again? I'll bring it up, man. Yeah, Gerard McCall. This nigga, man. Gerard McCall. Can you see it? He just signed a nail polish deal, as part of his basketball deal now. So you know what that is? That's all that androgynous behavior, man. And he's publicizing it and influencing Jake to partake in that wickedness, which that's partaking in sodomy, man. Effeminate behavior. The Lord said in Deuteronomy 22:5, man shall not wear that pertaineth unto a woman, and vice versa. So what is he doing, signing a nail polish deal, man? Dwayne Wade, he's been known for doing that shit. All kind of rap artists, they do the same shit, man. Why? Because they're sellouts of our people. They've been compromised, and there's footage, man. That's why Diddy's getting exposed right now, because he's got all that footage, compromising footage of people that around him that wasn't supposed to be getting filmed, man. They call it compromise in Russia. Like compromise information, are basically things they can use to blackmail people, man. Usually they do it to politicians, but now the celebs, are all involved in that compromise. Look it up, man. But anyway, you got
Jeremiah 9.
Yeah. What was that?
Say 9, is it?
No. It's Jeremiah 23. You got Luke.
Yeah.
Gotta read that.
Luke 12:2. But there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known.
Exactly. So everything that is done in the dark shall be brought to the light, man. That's why this year, 2024, has been ultimately it's going to be the year of destruction, Abaratazar. Hopefully, year Jacob's trouble as well. There's also the year of revelation, man. A lot of things are being exposed, man. A lot of these deviants are coming out of the woodworks, being exposed by their own people. The Lord's just basically pulling back the veil on this wicked ass society before he brings that judgment. Because if we're in a time of great judgment, you see all the signs in the heaven, the solar eclipse. The day before that bridge got taken down, you had a blood moon. There was a lunar blood moon, a red moon in the sky. And then the next day, you had that situation with the Key Bridge, which, as you know, brother's been saying, is all that chaos scenario type thing. The elites are trying to, bring forth that new world order. But at the same time, the Lord let them do that to disrupt their own economy, man. and fuck up their dollars per day because of that one little fuck up. It was already done away with, man, because their whole shit is corroded. So this is the judgment of the Lord on America, Babylon the Great. That place has been X'd, marked for the destruction. Even with that solar eclipse is a big X, showing you that America's been marked for destruction, man. There's no way out for that place. Babylon should not be healed. But I got Jeremiah 23 and where is it? I think it's 18. Where is it, man? Yeah, Jeremiah 23, and I'll start from 23. It says, Am I the Most High at hand? Well, I will read it for verbatim. Am I a God at hand, saith the Lord? Am I not a power afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, saith the Lord? Did I not fill the heaven and earth, saith the Lord? So there's nothing that can be hid from the Lord. And then the Lord said he's got the eyes of the Lord, which are the angels, and every place beholding the evil and the good. So anything that these devils are doing behind closed doors is always going to be seen and recorded by the Lord. It don't matter if no one in the mass population sees it, slack it. But the Lord knows. The Lord knows the intent and the hearts of men. He knows what Esau's trying to do, and it's a game of chess. The Lord's playing Esau at his own game, and he's already checkmated him in the scriptures. But Esau hasn't got the memo yet, man. But it's coming, you know.
Yeah, go quick. It's on what you just said. Sirach 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts.
Yeah, so everything's recorded, man. And it's like there's something called predestination. So Esau, no matter what he tries to do to avert from the court of justice, which is from these scriptures, he's going to fall into the same snare that the Lord set for him from the beginning of time, man, which is ultimately nuclear destruction, and then his people, starting with the wicked elite, going into slavery for 1,000 years, getting a taste of their own medicine, man, because they haven't paid for that crime. They want to talk about the Holocaust and all this atrocities done to them throughout the ages, but what about the atrocities that's done to the Lord's people, man? You haven't paid for that. You don't even want to speak about that, man. You always want to, sweep that shit under the rug, but those are the biggest crimes known to humanity, man. What you did to the Israelites. What you're still doing to the Israelites, man. Because you're still ruling over us to this day. It says the prey departeth not. We are yet this day in our captivity, man.
Right.
Baruch 3 and 8.
Even with this the Diddy thing.
Diddy, man.
Well, most of those dudes, it was Esau that did it to them.
Exactly. That's what I started off saying.
Esau breaks them in.
He
and then what
initiated
it is that now they find victims, so they play that role.
Yeah.
And then that's how you get elevated in that situation. So you start off as a victim, and then you become the perpetrator.
Exactly.
Right? To solidify your position.
Yeah.
It's just like Naomi Campbell. She was if you didn't know, a model. The whole model industry is basically prostitution, just like Hollywood and actresses.
Straight.
And the reason Naomi Campbell got to where she got to is not only was she a prostitute, but she became a procurer.
Yeah.
She became a procurer of children. Because she was linked in with the whole Epstein thing as well.
Yeah, she like Gillian Maxwell. She like one of them.
Yeah, like Gillian Maxwell.
Yeah, she's like one of them.
So it's just like with P. Diddy, and that's why you started seeing guys getting their record label deals. That was them now going out after they've been done in by the JOO, and then they go and find other victims.
Yeah. The loss of their father they shall do.
Yep.
Because they want that money. Because Jake loved money. And Esau knows how to, what makes Jake tick. He knows that Jake's deprived, living in poverty circumstances. And what do? They envy the prosperity of the wicked. So they want the Jaguar, they want the fast car, they want the big house. But what do you have to do to get those things though? Yeah. You have to compromise yourself.
And a lot of them, they only really even get a taste.
Yeah.
Because they get what they really get is clout.
Yeah.
The main thing you're guaranteed to get from Esau is the popularity. But then you find out then a lot of them, they took the dick and they're still broke.
Yeah, a lot of them
you can get little trinkets here and there, but that don't make you wealthy or rich. Like a shirt. How long does a shirt last? If they take you out there and they get you some designer clothing, that don't last forever.
Yeah, Esau's picky as well, and who he wants to give that slot to.
Well, the demons are really the ones that pick.
Picky, yeah,
because they everything they do, they deal with the left hand side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? So they what they call it, diviners.
Yeah, the think tanks and all that.
They have actual witches that they consult, man,
Yeah.
to as to who we gonna pick,
Who's
man.
next and all that.
You know, yeah.
Yeah,
But they are
definitely.
that's a part of it. The occultism, the witchcraft, is
Big
all part of the whole sodomism thing and the rituals. It's all
Yeah, it's
part
all
of it.
sex rituals. You know, one of their main masters that they look up to is Aleister Crowley, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he was one of the main
Yeah.
witches, man. You know, and that's who they look up to. They, you know, they got the T-shirt. You know, Jay-Z had the T-shirt. You know,
What do
Those are
do,
what?
do as thy will and all that.
which he might be next.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
saying
yeah.
that, you know, he's run off to Japan with his wife and all that. Apparently, they hopped on a plane to Japan with
Oh,
Jay-Z
yeah?
and Beyonce
Yeah,
because
because
this Diddy situation come
they're
up.
destroying the minds of the people because the people don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
All the guys they look up to are demons, man.
Yeah,
So it messes you up in the spirit when you're
Yeah.
the hero. You know, the mans you
Oh.
put on a pedestal
Yeah.
get destroyed before your eyes, man. And that's happened to a whole generation, man.
Yeah.
African Bombada, Michael Jack, like
yeah, all
Yeah.
these guys.
you name the
Bill
names.
Cosby's and that.
Like
Yeah.
it's just all coming out that really these people are pieces of shit. But that's what Psalm 73.
Someone get the piece at Psalm 73 with that.
This is from Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 8. It says, "As I live, saith the Lord power, Yahweh, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd." These leaders, supposed leaders of us, are doing nothing but preying upon us, man.
Yeah.
You know, because they've been preyed upon themselves by Esau.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so they obviously they learn from their father, the devil,
Yep.
and perpetrate the same thing that the brother's going into, man. They just become handlers for them, lower down the scale.
It says in Zechariah 11 that their own shepherds pitied him not.
Mhm.
So you know, our people become like among our people found wicked men.
And our shepherds, because we don't actually have no real structures, because the reality is that as a people, we're living on the Esau structure. So
Exactly.
Esau has got the
The lean.
actual real
Yeah.
structures.
Yeah.
Our leaders are our entertainers.
Yeah.
The reality is that Jake has led
Right.
the people who set the narrative of the young people is really the entertainers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entertainers set what's cool, what's not cool,
The
what's
influences.
morally right, what's morally wrong, goes back to the rap music.
Yeah.
That's why a nigga will be talking about no snitching. Where'd you learn that from?
Exactly.
Who told you?
Street
who told,
code.
just yeah, and where did you learn it from? The
Exactly.
rappers kept going on about no snitching, no. So the entertainment is what's telling them how they should be and how they should act.
Exactly.
And then now they're shocked that that bitch from City. I don't really follow these niggas, man.
City
The
girls.
City Girls and then Young Miami. Is she
Oh,
not
yeah.
young? What's the one that's from?
The one that was dealing with Diddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
think
Young
I
Miami.
think
Yeah,
it's-
Young Miami.
yeah, right. Now City Girls was all about what promoting whoredom.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now everyone's shocked. Oh, she was a paid prostitute.
Hot girl summer and all that.
Whoa,
That's what hot girl summer is, being a whore.
what do you think, man? So now you see that the whole narrative of Jake, black culture, has been led by a bunch. Not only are they led by people that have no integrity in themselves, because none of these niggas came out and said they was gay, but they was sucking dick, and it takes a lot. Yeah, I'm just saying it does. I don't know personally because I've never done it, but I'm saying it takes a lot for a man, yeah, that's not actually that way,
Yeah.
right?
Apparently not for Meek Mill.
To blow off a man, blood, have a man bust in your mouth, blood. That's crazy. So you ain't got no integrity. Like you will bow down for anything, which that kind of person you don't want to be around a guy like that anyway. Yeah, because that's
Can't
a
trust that
low life.
individual.
Yeah.
So you're the people that's been raising your children, the entertainers
Mum,
that you invite in,
literally.
are murderers. Some of them they're murderers, they're thieves,
Mhm.
they're drug dealers,
Yeah.
they're pedophiles, they're scum of the earth individuals.
Yeah.
And that's who's been basically
Set a bubble.
pushing the narrative. That's your
Exactly.
shepherd.
That's our influence.
Cartel. Vibes
Oh,
Cartel. He's another one. And there's a guy that brings out all the information on Cartel. That dude was wicked, man.
The word
He was a
was.
murderer.
The
He was a
word
liar. And he was snitching because these men work with the police too. Yeah, he was doing everything that he said he don't do.
But they'll literally sacrifice their own mama, man. And these
Yep.
guys actually, like Kanye West, these guys actually sacrifice their own parents just for fucking little deals,
Yep.
Happy Meal
And then
deals.
they'll come around and act like they're against it all. Which I
Yeah.
hope you see now that Kanye is part of it.
Paid opposition,
He
man.
picks when and where to say things.
Yep.
And now you see that when he was saying those stuff about Diddy,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
because they already knew that they were going to bring all this stuff out.
Yeah.
You see that? Now everyone can
Yeah,
go
yeah,
back
yeah.
and say, oh, look, Cat Williams said it.
Yeah,
Oh, look,
yeah,
this
yeah.
person said it. Yeah, listen, Cat
All
Williams is
initiated,
part of
yeah,
it too.
all initiated. Even what you said last night, with the Andrew Tate, because he
Yeah.
made these remarks talking about, oh yeah, if they have to bend you over, then you're a sellout. But you're a sellout
You're a
too.
sellout too,
You're
man.
paid opposition too, man.
That's why he keeps
was
having
trying.
to say it.
Yeah.
I never sold out.
Yeah,
Look at me.
I never bent
Look at me.
over.
I never. That's why I ain't got no big sponsorships. When you get all that money from Tate,
You keep throwing up them damn hand signs every 2 seconds. So it's obviously you're underneath some order.
man said he got 3 Bugattis and all. Where are you getting all that money from? Oh yeah, webcam. Bro,
Investments.
no, bro, you got CIA seed money, bro.
Exactly.
What are we doing here?
It came out. His dad was part of this.
It was CIA.
Yeah.
So he's one of them too. He's one. They got him on
MK
tape as
Ultra
well.
baby.
Yeah,
man.
100%.
The
Yeah.
MK Ultra
Okay.
babies.
It's the book of Psalms,
Agent 47 and all that.
28 and 3. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts.
Right, because these guys, they know, like, I remember one of them city girls, they asked her, oh, do you want your daughter to be a city girl? She said no. Because they know that the things they're teaching and they're doing, like, look at Rick Ross, right?
Mm.
Rick Ross was promoting all that drug dealer, T.I., you know,
Yeah,
these
trap
guys, but when
music
you
and
really
all that,
check
yeah.
it out, they send their children to private schools.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they're promoting a lifestyle that they don't even want for their children, most of them. Because when they get money, like Jay-Z don't want none of his youths to be selling crack and all that stuff.
Hell no.
He's trying to be a businessman, right? But he'll promote it to you and your children. They know what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
They know, and the proof is that what's the product of black culture? Death. What's the product of gangsterism?
Yeah.
Niggas go jail and niggas die and niggas give Esau money for fast products, yeah?
Mm.
But where is the great upper class that's been built up of black culture? There ain't none. The
Mhm.
culture they push in them through the media makes
sounds
people sell out. So they'll sell out. They have no integrity because everything's about the back. I
Yeah.
gotta get to the back. If all you want to do, if you don't have no integrity, yeah, you can't do business because you'll sell out everyone at any moment. You got no integrity. You sell out your customers for quick gain. You
Mhm.
give them a bad product just to get that money quick because it's all about the bag, right?
Mhm.
Right? Broken families because it promotes nothing but foolishness when it comes to
Yeah.
between men and women.
Adultery.
It's all adultery and whoredom, right? And all kind of foolishness. Then it promotes violence,
Yeah. Killing.
unfettered violence against your brother.
All that drill thing. The drill, even the drill industry right now is dead. They're saying that whole industry is dead right now. It's been running to the ground because Jake basically saturated it. It's a quick industry bust. But look at all those Jakes that are in jail right now, like 20, 28 different UK artists, young niggas in their 20s, all in jail, man,
Mhm.
because of that drill music, man. So what did that bring out? What was the evidence? What was the outcome of all that?
Nothing.
Like the brother said, death and destruction, man.
Nothing.
Niggas is in jail or dead.
Elam was pumping their children full of like coding and pharmacy,
Yeah,
and now
codeine and all that, yeah.
now they're doing their thing. And
Scissor.
Jake, what are we pumping our children with? The so-called Jew, which we gotta bring it back to him. If I get that in Habakkuk 2, I think it's Habakkuk 2 and 8.
Yeah.
So
The JOO is the one
Trance,
that's
the one.
pushing
Yeah.
all of this stuff in Hollywood. They control Hollywood. They control the media, and they're one pushing this wicked vibration through these puppets on our people, man.
got something as well. I made for sure. Just on the point, it's a quick article, innit? It's from the Times of Israel. The title itself, from Rick Rubin to Doja Cat, the JOOs have shaped the first 50 years of hip hop, and it goes into all of the different industry leads. Like you got Rick Rubin, for example. So it says while he was growing up in the 1970s on Long Island, he says he set his artistic interests aside and chose the career of an attorney. It says here, in 1983, when he was a junior at New York University, he borrowed his first £5,000 from his parents to record a local rapper, Tila Rock, and release it on his new label, Def Jam Recordings, which went on to put out T.I., people like Rick Ross, all of that.
Cool J was
You
his
got-
first artist, man.
Yeah, you got
Man, that dude freaky.
Yeah, he's a freak. He was licking his lips and all that.
No.
Everyone's always every interview you ask, why
Hey,
you was licking your lips?
Didn't the rumors come out about Chris Brown and how he was getting dealt with by his security guard or something like that? And all
You
that?
got Jay,
And
Bow
that's
Wow,
why
all
Chris
these
Brown's
niggas,
so
man.
messed up.
Yeah,
You can't tell that Chris Brown has been molested, man.
fucked up on the spirit.
Just go watch a Chris Brown interview and tell me that dude ain't got problems.
no, yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a normal human. You don't get like that just no, it's because he's no, bro. You don't just get like that
They
because
got,
he's
they
sick.
got demons,
Trauma,
bro.
he's got
They didn't-
trauma.
He's got
Yeah,
trauma. He's
mass
got
trauma.
man. Look at
Mass
Bieber.
trauma. Yeah,
You know,
Bieber's done.
and
Man.
I know about Bieber because my woman like Bieber.
Yeah,
You know,
Bieber-
women, they like to be
Yeah.
watching celebrity shit. And I remember when Bieber came back from his hiatus when he was messed up in the messed up.
Filled up all that drugs.
And I
all that.
said to her, I'm watching this thing and I see, who's this Haley bitch that she with? That's Haley Baldwin. Oh, she's linked in with Alec Baldwin and Stephen
His daughter,
Baldwin,
innit?
those
His
two
daughter.
brothers,
Yeah.
which they're all juiced in because they're Hollywood guys
Of course.
and they're in politics. So you know you're a demon. You know you're a demon when you've gone from Hollywood into politics.
Mm.
You're doing mad shit, yeah? And then all of a sudden, I'm watching the program. He looks like a crackhead, all drugged up,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she's just there with him,
His
helping
handler.
him through.
His
That's the
handler,
handler.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the handler. And I'm like, no, straight up. They brought him back, and she's the handler to control him because they still want more out of that product.
Yeah.
And it was falling apart because they've been raping that young boy since he was like,
Since he was a youth, man. After he left Diddy's house after that 48 hours, he was never the same, man. Diddy was all bought like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with him for 48 hours. We're gonna have some wild times.
Yeah,
Yeah, you damn
disgusting.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had some wild times. You
and
put
he
that
ain't the
boy's
only one,
innocence,
man. All them
Usher,
Disney kids,
Yeah,
Usher,
all of them. Oh, you
Yeah.
bring out the
Those
boy,
are
the
ex-
Nickelodeon
the Nickelodeon
documentary.
documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
this
them
has been
kids,
happening
man.
from day one. You can still go. This is what I'm saying about this society's messed up. You can see old films with them, was it Shirley Temple and or whatever, all them young child stars in the actual programs where man are touching them and bouncing up and down on the lap and all kind of crazy pedophile shit was happening in them programs in broad daylight.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Schofields and what's this guy that dropped dead? The main
Jim'll
guy,
fix it.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Savile.
Saviles.
Yeah, he was fingering a girl on live TV.
Mm.
They got it on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Philip Schofield, he got caught out there recently,
yeah.
for, molesting a little young child, young employees. So
I
they
think
all
his
do it,
brother's
man.
Brother's a pedophile as well.
As I'm saying, there's a whole industry of these people. It's not just one person. They're gonna pin it on one person. Oh, it's Diddy. No, Diddy's a small fry, man.
No,
He's just a scapegoat. There's a whole industry of these motherfuckers. But it starts with them Amalekites, man.
Yeah.
They're the
They-
devil, man.
But this is it. They own every other industry. Well, you think DD owns an industry? No.
Shit, you couldn't even,
He was nobody until he got brought up on board, man.
bro. He couldn't even own the alcohol bottle. The alcohol that he was, the
Trying to
water.
sell.
Yeah, he got caught up with that. He tried to get ownership of that.
Can't,
They're
can't,
like,
can't even make his own trainers.
but the way they
Exactly,
made
you know
it
what I'm
look
saying?
was
So
that
you
they
don't think-
owned it.
Yeah.
They never put the Edomite up in front. They put them
No,
up in
that's
front.
yeah, that's it.
wrong.
There's that's it.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick, man. It's
Yeah.
absolutely sick.
When you
yeah.
pull the
Actually, we
veil
will
back
talk about it.
and you see, see how how deep the rabbit
Well,
hole really
If
goes.
we saw what's really going on out here,
you
and I mean
fucking
really see it, you'd be disturbed,
want to
man.
kill yourself,
You'd be
man.
vomiting, man.
Yeah.
But that's why we're gonna see in the kingdom, and that's why we're gonna put hell on these devils, man.
Straight.
Because we're gonna be able to see exactly what these devils been doing, man.
Exactly.
And no, we're not gonna whip them. Listen, we're gonna whip them. We're gonna put them through torture because these dudes have been doing the most foul. This Bible
Odious
speaks about the most
works.
odious
Yeah,
works of
witchcraft.
witchcraft,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm.
Yeah, because before these music industries and that, they were doing this to us during slavery.
Yep.
They was
Yeah.
treating us less than animals, man. They called us chattel slavery, man. They revered animals more than the actual Israelite being, man, at that
Yeah.
time. So they was doing the same things they're doing now. They was doing that to Jake, man.
Simon
Butt
Cowell.
breaking and all that.
Yeah.
These devils got hell to pay, man.
They made a whole program to show you the victims, man. Oh yeah, we really want to make it.
Like
on X Factor.
casting couches and
Yeah, the
Yeah,
casting couch.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, how
Wine
much? How
scenes.
bad do you really want it?
Yeah.
How bad do you
Yeah.
really want
That's why it says the love of money, man.
it? The rule of all evil, man.
Real shit.
Everyone needs money to survive, but it's the love. What are you willing to do for that shit?
Mhm.
And a lot of you're coming to find out that a lot of our people, they're weak-minded. They're not like the Lord. When Satan came to tempt the Lord, did he not? The Lord rebuked
Yeah.
Satan, man.
Yeah,
But Jake ain't got that spirit to rebuke Satan.
Like the Rock. You know
Yeah, the Rock. You know that
No,
guy.
and that's why the highest earning guys in Hollywood has been these Jakes, man. And it's always a Jake man because the man. Why do you think that is?
That nigga
Because they're
built.
the preferred meat on the table. The Rock,
That nigga built big as Hercules, but he was wearing a damn tutu in the Tooth Fairy, man.
yeah, the Rock sucking a lot of dick. I
Now they
guarantee
got John Cena running up naked on the stage.
Yeah, Cena.
Now he's the next guy.
Yeah.
Now he's in a lot of films and doing a lot of shows now.
Mhm.
Because he's the next guy to come up. Because the Rock's getting old.
And one way they get them in is that once they found out that these other celebrities had to do it, they kind of okay, well,
Yeah,
So
I
it's
see
one
that.
big club, innit? So
Yeah,
it's not so bad.
One big
Everybody's doing it. Now,
Yeah,
fun that.
we got Michael Rubin as well, that guy that hosts all of those celebrity
Oh, yeah,
parties,
yeah,
the
the
all
gay
white
party.
parties. And then they had a man,
Hugging up
he was
little baby and all
the
that.
little baby was supposed to be the hardest out, and then he was getting hugged from
hugging him
both
from
sides, from two men.
Yeah, from behind. And that's why 50 said, I don't go to them parties.
That's
Because
awkward.
you're not
And,
supposed to be hugging
yeah,
people.
50 trying to play that role. 50.
But
man,
he's
we see
involved
you,
as well.
You involved, man.
He's involved.
But you trying to act like you trying to keep that 50 Cent
Yeah,
character
street
going,
demeanor,
man.
innit? Yeah.
You've been around too long to not be involved.
Yeah.
You're a director of a major TV show, man.
Yeah, he's involved, man.
He fell out with Game because of that. Game was saying he was trying to do some gay shit from back in the day, and he wasn't with it, and that's why they got into their beef.
But games, but they could look at you
He's
think
gay.
they ourselves.
Game has
Yeah,
been
them
gay.
niggas is all gay.
They're all gay, man. All of them.
Well, that's why you're gonna see a lot of niggas come out now. Oh no, but yeah, I've been to the parties, but I never went in them. Man, shut up, man. you weren't saying nothing
I left
until now it come out.
I left early.
A lot of guys are
I
trying
didn't
to
go to the after party.
that shit.
That's a,
I don't know, man, but even Hollow Man Gigs had to kind of,
Oh, yeah, he
man,
tried
try to step
he
to him.
tried to backtrack
I
and
don't,
all that.
I don't know, but hey, listen, man, anyone that's been around Diddy now is a suspect.
Exactly.
You have to accept that.
Well, apparently he was in the changing room with him, like same changing room, changing clothes.
Hey, this because we don't know, like, when you're a predator like that, you don't give out nothing for free.
Mm.
You want something in return.
Man offering that candy blood.
Hey, you ever seen that video? The video with Harvey Weinstein and that girl when they got the hidden camera, and he had his hand all up on her leg. She's trying to show him he put his hand on her leg. Yeah, because he knows. Listen, man, I don't give out nothing for free. Yeah, it could be you, it could be the next girl that comes in. Someone's gonna give up something, otherwise,
They
you know.
getting shit from me.
You got them
Can I
cheeks.
give me this, bro?
So yeah,
Oh, you
go
got
on.
something? Yeah. Okay, go on.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus 10 and 9.
Oh, shit.
Why is earth and hashes plowed?
Mm.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Mm.
For such as one setteth his own souls to serve.
He doesn't care what it takes.
Mm.
You know, that's why 50 Cent's album was Die Rich.
Get rich or
Yeah,
die
yeah,
trying.
Get Rich, Die Trying. They're prepared to do anything, man. So when that person has that type of mentality, you'll be careful of those type of individuals, man. Because they literally will do anything, man.
Yeah.
I know no matter how lowly it is.
Desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a long way up to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a long way up. The reality of this world is
Especially when Jake is so far down.
you're so far down.
You know,
Like, say like you live in London. This is the reality. Like, there's a long way from certain
Ghetto.
places in Hackney to Mayfair.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Trails.
And I'm talking about living. I'm not talking about you save up
Yeah,
and go there for a
yeah.
day. I'm talking about there's people that live down in central
Like it's
London
nothing.
that be living in hotels like it's their house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a
Spending
long way.
thousands,
They
yeah,
get up in the morning, they go into the chiefest of cafes.
Bars and all that.
Man spending like £16 on a slice of
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Toast,
saying?
Yeah.
And then they come out and they walk past one of them boutiques, and there's a boutique that only sells gloves.
Yeah.
These gloves costing you £300 or something.
No price label on
No
it.
price
Some,
label.
some premium levers.
Yeah.
Glass of champagne when you walk in there.
Yeah.
There's a long way
Oh.
between
Yeah.
being like
Yeah.
working class. You got the working class, middle class,
And
to
average,
go up
yeah.
to that top
High
level.
echelon
They're-
class.
not even the top, but the Millionaire Boys Club is a
Yeah,
long
it's
way. So when these men see that there's a path to get to that Millionaire Boy
quick
Club,
and
You
easy.
can jump the ladder.
they're willing to do
Yeah,
anything to
yeah.
get to it, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
But that's the shortcomings of this world,
Mhm.
though, man. That's the temporal things of this world. Because that's why Jake, 2/3 ain't gonna make it, because they're not thinking about the long term. Like us, men of the Lord, we came into this truth sacrificing a lot.
Yeah.
That's what the men of the Lord did 2,000 years ago. They sacrificed their life, the world for the Lord. Because the Lord promised them that in the future to come, you're gonna get all of that and then some, man. You ain't gonna have to sell out your soul to get all these temporal things, man.
You know, when it comes to money, those anime movies or series or whatever, they tell you no amount of training could ever get you onto my level. It's like Jake can have all the talent in the world,
Yep.
man, but they realize something. They get to hit that brick wall, man. It's like the only way I'm really gonna get
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Glass
if
ceiling.
they let me in.
Yeah, they have to
Glass
let you in.
ceiling.
You know, and that means I gotta do some shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they realize, man, because there's plenty of talented Jake out there. We know that.
Yeah.
You know, but not everybody can go in.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like the
You know?
music industry. There's a lot of talented artists, but it's always the dead artists that make it to the top.
Oh, there's so much talent.
Because the talented ones get to that door and then they realize that Maya, she was one of them.
Yeah.
She was
Maya.
like, she got to that door and realized, they
Nah,
want
allow
to
it.
produce it. She was like, no, I'm not on all that.
Yeah.
And they still got rid of her. They
Cassie
got
was getting
Aaliyah,
dealt with like
Beyonce,
a
all these
porn
girls.
star, black.
Yeah.
She was the way it was sounded like she was getting run through by bare man, blood. Like
Yeah, all
that's
of them.
crazy.
Yeah, she was with it. She ain't no innocent victim.
Yeah,
They want to make it seem like, she was groomed.
She
and all-
made
yeah, she
her
might have been
choices.
groomed, But she got with it though. She was
Yeah,
actually
she could have said no.
yeah, she could have said no, but she liked the lifestyle. She
She
was
wanted
getting
the
on
lifestyle.
private jets,
But then you
eating
get into deep
SWRs and all that.
pause.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's just that you
And
got
then,
to
you,
the
then
point
your
where
conscience starts fucking with you, man.
yeah,
It's all fucking
she,
kind of shit.
she weren't making she weren't no
And
use
you
to
know
him
what
no more.
Satan do is like once Satan
That's what it was.
compromise you, then you feel like you can't come back now.
Yeah, you can't.
Because you're already in there.
Done,
Yeah.
man.
It's
So
crazy.
she once once she got used and abused, Diddy basically had no more use for her. So then she started complaining. Now she wants money.
Yeah, because there's always a new model. If you're
Yeah.
Diddy, you just get a new model.
Exactly. Look at
Take it
DiCaprio.
Remember, he was
yeah?
with them two girls. Did he used to be with those two
they
dirty
say,
money,
yeah,
those
the
two,
dirty money
those two
two
young
bitches.
dirty money bitches from back in the day.
Yeah,
And then they just disappeared off the
2010.
face of the earth.
Yeah,
like,
because you done
They
what
all
you did with
disappeared
it.
eventually.
yeah.
You got
Yeah,
Ezekiel,
because
Yeah.
he's a demon, man.
Jeremiah 28 and 18.
Yeah.
Gone.
That covenant with death. It's going to be disannulled, man. Basically, that's why we're in a time of destruction, because all that covenant with death that you guys made is going to be disannulled, and you're going to end up
Yeah,
being
'cause
destroyed.
Esau's not gonna deliver them, man. When the Lord comes,
Yeah.
everyone that sold out to Esau that made a deal with him,
You're fucked.
they're gonna be destroyed, man. Because Esau don't have no power in Yahweh Shai's world.
So,
You don't have the
exactly.
power to save, man.
Uh.
Like Esau could bless you now, but when the Lord come with that judgment, man, you ain't gonna be blessed. Simple.
Go, read that real quick.
Isaiah 28:18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then you shall be trodden down by it.
You know, all them guys, they were pushing the V. All these
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
influencers,
Yep.
they got no souls, man. When I see an influencer, you see someone that ain't got no soul. They're just there living off views. And you know what? The influencers are the most broke. Like being an influencer, yeah, is worse than it's almost it's probably worse than being a rapper. Because you think about them rappers,
no
right?
talent, though.
Them
Yeah.
rappers used to get show money.
Yeah,
You could be
merchandise and that.
you could be a rapper back in the day, and you might not be making Esau's fleecing you on the record sales, but you could go on the road, right?
Making money
And
back
do
in
a show and make your money on the roads, and you might not be a billionaire, but you make good money. You pull in that 25K for a show, 25K for another show.
enough to live off.
So if you work hard, you can make something. A lot of
Yeah.
them man had to just work hard and make money off the show. These influencers, they make their money off
Streams.
literally streaming,
Super chats and merchandise.
super chats and that, yeah. And it's not as lucrative as people think it is.
It's not. It's not.
So they're the biggest ones to sell out for any type of views. They're the most fake.
Yeah.
That's why they're getting caught out there more and more and more. These influencers are they're the most soulless creatures you can ever find on the face of this earth, because
Anything
they
for
proper
clout,
have
yeah.
to be in the camera all the time and chat shit, and
Anything for
they ain't
clout.
got no talent, man. They just there like. So then when they come to them and say, yeah, push this V,
Yeah,
they will
definitely.
push in the V, man.
And the C hip too.
And they're gonna push they're gonna push that when it comes. Kai Cenat, he
Yeah.
probably gonna be getting it.
Aiden Ross. And all that.
Aiden up. And then you look at the kind of stuff, it's bare Batman jokes them man are promoting.
Yeah, you
Nothing but whoredom.
Bro, there's
You know?
a new video of I slow speed, whatever the fuck he's
Yeah, another idiot.
bending over, letting a robot choke
robot,
him and all
but
that.
yeah, it was weirdo.
Bro, that's what they're promoting.
Everything they do on them influencer thing is homo or it's whoredom.
Yeah.
It's just getting naked
man.
OnlyFans
solid.
girls and all that stuff on there and all that. There's
And
nothing.
then they get the celebs to come in there and link them as well.
yeah.
Because they're the main influencers for the youth now. So you already know when that C hip comes, they're gonna be the main Kais and that. They're gonna be like, yeah, get the cheapest hip and all that.
But they're slaves to the algorithm, so they know they got to do as they're told, because they're worse than an artist can still have their fans and do shows. What the fuck can they do? They can't do a show. Kai Cenat can't do a show and make money. He has to stream. So he's a slave to the algorithm. So they could just say, listen, man, if you don't do what you're told, guess what? Shadow ban for real. You're done out here. Because that algorithm is serious. If they don't want you to be seen, that's how you know Andrew Tate,
Yeah. Most Google man in the
pushed.
world.
that was being pushed. If the algorithm wants you to be dead in the water, you're going to be dead in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that algorithm, you ain't going to end up in the recommended videos and all that kind of stuff, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
They'll start recommending other people, and people are not that hooked on you. One thing you realize about people is they could slide over to another influencer like that, because there's always another influencer that's doing basically the same shit you are.
People got
Talking
a
about
short-
football, okay.
People got a short no like time.
Yeah, they don't care, man.
It's just insane.
Yo, they're always fighting the follower. Oh, my followers dropped by 1,000. I need to do something. Yeah, fucked, man.
This is from the elder JMS Hawaii. This is Luke 6:24. Says, but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
Yep, that's right, man. They've been comforted by that little bit of change that Esau gave them, which don't even last.
Don't, man.
And it's going to be destruction onto them. Meanwhile, they look at the men of the Lord that hold their integrity, and the people see us as nobodies.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are wasting your life. You man ain't cool. They don't want to follow us, and that's why we got to stay the way we are. Some man try shine up the
Yeah,
thing.
mix the two.
They want to shine up the thing like pause like IUIC.
Sakari and all that.
Sakari.
They want to push that image of yo, you coming, glitz and glamour.
Yeah,
And no, we don't want to push that
that's funny.
because we don't want niggas coming in here thinking that this is about being rich in this world.
Mm.
So we'll look like bums.
Yeah.
So that when
This
you
truth
come
is
here,
pure.
when you come here, you're coming here with pure intentions, man.
Exactly. Not climbing up some other way.
You know what I mean? Instead of coming in here because you see man's got a chain on and you like the chain.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool, cool, all that is distraction, man.
Yeah.
All that's leaven in your congregation, man.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
You know?
Yeah. That's what
That's it.
happens, man. You see guys doing that. Like that's how rappers do. Like that's why they fake it till they make it.
Yeah.
Jay-Z and them
'Cause-
man were faking in their music videos before they had money.
Exactly.
Because they knew niggas don't want to hear no nigga that rapping and he look broke.
No conscious stuff and all that. They don't want to hear that.
They want to see you
They
look
wanna hide-
rich.
yeah, quick money, quick.
Because that I speak about that leaven, man. All
Fast
these
life.
all these gimmicks you bring into your church or whatever, right? It takes over the thing, man.
Yeah.
It takes over. It becomes the thing
Cool.
you focus on the most, man.
Becomes a gimmick, innit?
Yeah, but they're all about the image now.
Yeah.
They work towards that image all the damn time. IUIC always trying to do something else.
Yeah.
Be
You know,
extra,
but the
extra.
truth is being diluted.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like even this whole week, Sluck, yo, with the Hope of Suck, you can see the groups that have been more serious and taking this Hope of Passover as what it is, a solemn assembly, and the guys that are treating it like it's a damn party,
Glamour.
and a celebration,
They
you know,
glamorize
talent
it.
show and all that, you know, and them guys are, if they don't repent, the Lord gonna destroy them, man. That's all that's gonna happen. But the Lord said it in Malachi 3:18. He's gonna distinguish from who's serving him and who's serving him not. The phonies from the reals from the fakes, the phonies, man. And you're seeing who the phonies are. You know?
Scripture says you can't serve two masters. You'll either
Yeah.
hate the one or love the other.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Shit.
I've got this real quick. Matthew's the 4th chapter. I'll go to the point. Verse 7. No, sorry, verse 8. And the devil taketh him again, taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them.
Yeah, see, the Lord was tempted by Satan himself. There's certain guys, in this world, they can't deal with that. They get tempted by demons, not even Satan, and they can't even deal with that. They just sell out straight away. They're ready to bend over before they even sign the deal.
There was that one.
But the when Satan came to tempt the Lord rebuked his ass, man.
Now, you know
that
what
shows
niggas
he's a man
today-
of integrity.
You know what niggas, their philosophy is? Oh, man should have took it because then when you get them kingdoms, you could do the right thing. But that's how niggas act.
That's
that
that bedazzled shit.
That is the Negro excuse for every wickedness that gets done.
Mm.
Oh yeah, but you know what? Yeah, if I sell drugs, then I could take the drug money and I could open up and I could do good with it.
Yeah, you thought you could.
Or a bitch would be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna sell my pussy online and then I'm gonna get my degree. Like it's gonna transform. Like
Yeah, to something good.
they could do evil or do something that's dark and then transform it into light on the other end.
but like a city built of blood, it's
Yeah,
tarnished.
It's tarnished.
You're never gonna get prosperity out of that, man.
Exactly.
You know, you're gonna get destruction at the end of it. You might prosper for a little while,
Yeah.
but it's gonna end bad for you, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And anything you do is tarnished. You're not gonna have that life you think you're gonna
Now
have.
you're gonna do some charity after,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything's good.
You're right.
Or philanthropy.
Charity tricks.
Blood
No,
money is.
it don't work like that, man. Yahweh Shai, he gonna have his kingdom and he's gonna have it the right way.
Yeah.
But
Can't make a crooked
a
thing straight.
nigga would have took the deal. Oh yeah, but I could get the kingdoms and then I'll take care of my moms and then all that bullshit.
That's just like that film I just mentioned, Bedazzled. You know when the bitch she's a Jake, man, but I can't remember. It was it Lisa, what's her name? She was dressed as the devil and all that. She came to tempt my man, made him sign the deal. But then at the end he got his soul back. Bedazzled, man.
Hurley, this Hurley.
Yeah, Liz Hurley,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
She's
Okay.
a Jake anyway, but she looks like an Edomite.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
I know
really a gypsy. She's like Irish descent and all that. But she tempted my man from the Mummy movie and made
Brandon
him think.
Fraser.
Yeah, made
Okay,
him think.
you're Brandon Fraser. Yeah.
Gave him all these wishes and all that, and he wanted to
Oh
be
yeah,
good
yeah.
with
I
them,
remember,
innit? But then he was doing all the fuck ups, like he wanted to be a drug dealer, cartel leader, and all these things.
yeah, yeah.
He wanted to do good with them, but he ended up doing the wrong things, like I said.
Yeah.
Because the temptations, man.
You can't
That's what
bring
this
good
world
out of
does.
evil. You
Yeah.
can't bring good out of evil.
Can't make a crooked thing straight.
That's right. So how you start it, that's how it's gonna finish, man.
Exactly.
Oh, it's like people who start relationships by adultery, thinking that it's gonna end
Yeah, yeah.
differently.
How's that
Yeah,
work?
ill intentions. Ill intentions.
If
Yeah,
she
you steal
didn't
next
to him,
man's
she gonna
baby.
do it to you.
Yeah.
Steal the next man's baby mother, and then you're thinking you're gonna sail off into the sunset.
True.
She gonna do the same thing. to you.
Anyone that's treacherous to another person on your behalf, they'll be treacherous to you.
You're not special.
Yeah, exactly. Like
know?
that's how you can't do that, man. You can't build off that. But that's one of the niggerologies that there is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna do that. No. How about you just do the right thing and let the Lord bless you in his time?
It's too easy to do the wicked thing.
But
That's
they
why.
rather bow to mammon, and that's why another reason they take the record deals. They think I could do some good. No, you ain't gonna do no good. That money that you take is only gonna be bringing evil to you and
Curse,
everyone
a
around
curse.
you. It's a curse.
Bro, the same thing you're saying, the same guys within this truth. You got guys that, they trying to do all this, get major donations, act like they're trying to do something for Jake and his truth. But really it's to, make their own pockets fat.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord talks about that filthy lucre, man. Because you start to lose yourself. You might have had good intentions in the beginning, but then you start to lose yourself. That money corrupts you, man.
Yeah, don't have good intentions. Just have the most high.
Just do the right thing, innit? Yeah.
Know what the will of the Lord is and be in agreement with that and do that. Don't try to do things on your own, man.
Precept.
Like you, benevolent. Yeah, go on.
It's 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation
Yep.
and a snare and into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
Right, because the way this world's set up, is the riches will be put there in front of you, man, and then you're gonna have to bow down. You're gonna have to do something which ain't right because this world ain't right. It's all corrupt.
Mhm. Yep.
It's all corrupt. There's at some point, you're gonna have to turn a blind eye to something. You're gonna have to turn a blind eye, even if you're a police officer. And yes, we know ultimately overall the we don't agree completely with the judicial system. But don't you know that even when you like Nate's a detective, right?
Mm.
When you get up in that detective, right, there comes a point where a politician's done something, you got to turn a blind eye to that.
Exactly.
Or one of your fellow officers has done something,
blue
and
coat.
you got to turn a blind eye to that in order to keep. Because if you don't, guess what? You're gonna become blacklisted, and they might done off your career. They might find a way to write you off, man. And you're thinking, oh, my pension's gonna be messed up. So you need to make a decision at that moment. So you turn a blind eye, and that's how most of the stuff gets gonna. That's why the scriptures speak about the congregation. Hold on.
But then if you do it like once, you're gonna end up doing it again.
Yeah.
So you have to cover up that line, then you have to cover
Yeah.
up another line.
Yeah.
Then you live in a whole
Job 15 and 34.
You live in a whole fucking like the whole life of
That's
lies,
America
basically.
as a
To serve
whole.
yourself.
Yeah.
That's America as a whole. Nothing but cover-ups,
Dirty
bribes,
Scandals.
people
Yeah.
turning a blind eye, and hypocrisy, acting like you stand for something that you don't really stand for.
And that's why how wickedness is able to propagate, man.
Yeah.
Because nothing's being done about it, man.
And it's
the whole-
in every
Everybody's
industry.
compromised.
and this
Hey,
whole
like-
system's built
Like
on that.
well, if you find out there's some poison in the baby formula, you think one man knew that?
They all knew that.
You think one man knew that? No, like there's more than one man that knew about it.
Yeah, 100. Try and cover it up.
And there might be that one or two man that tried to say something, they deaded them off, or they
Yeah.
squashed them out. But everyone else that stayed, they knew. They just fuck it.
It's
Money,
sort of like how Bowen killed a man and everyone's forgotten about it. Gal's about to give testimony, deaded him off.
But even with this situation with the whole CV, people knew that shit was
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
poison.
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
making all kinds of money off it. So we're gonna
Yeah.
keep making it, producing it, and poisoning the people.
Especially if they were profiting from it.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
bankers, they
Yeah.
was making all
Oh,
kinds of money
yeah.
from that.
What was that?
Pharmaceuticals.
What was that film? Black something. The one about the DuPont family and how they were poisoning people and people were getting
Oh yeah,
sick.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I forget what it was
Wasn't
called.
that called the Devil You Know or something like that?
No, it was on
That's one
Netflix.
of
There's a
them.
documentary
Oh,
on
right,
Netflix. Same one, innit?
See, the
Yeah,
one I watched was a film with Mark Ruffalo and with the Hulkin.
Yeah.
It's Hulk and Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
And it basically, like, they knew that the Teflon was toxic, innit?
Mm.
And they knew that they were poisoning the local areas and stuff like that. And the guy did all the paperwork. And then basically DuPont got away with a slap on the wrist, basically.
You know, he's a small
Yeah.
hat.
Bribery.
Yeah.
So, a small hat, so you know.
You got that Joel 15?
Joel
Can I finish this
15
off first?
Yeah, yeah, go on.
Tabernacles of bribery.
Yeah, so 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare and into many foolish and hurtful lusts,
Exactly.
which drown men in destruction and perdition. Right? It doesn't end well.
Yep.
You might think you're gonna make something right out of it, but it's never gonna work out that way.
Mhm.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierce themselves through with many sorrows.
Yeah, a lot of times they pick up bad habits through that money and kill themselves for it, like drugs. You know, the drugs and prostitutes and all kind of stuff, all stuff that end up coming back to burn you anyway, man.
Yeah.
You know, they get caught up in things that you really shouldn't be doing. They don't live wholesome lives. They don't. They always end up in some toxic shit. And you hear that they you know, they messed up.
They're all troubled individuals, man.
Troubled,
Yeah,
man.
trauma, made suicide as well.
Committing suicide as well. Yeah.
Because they start off all innocent.
Yeah.
Some of them are just, some of them are actual victims, but then some of them just like, fall in that lust, that temptation just takes over them, man.
You
They
look,
just lose
so
themselves.
you look at some of these actors like Johnny Depp or Keanu Reeves, man. When you
They're messed
watch them, man, they look fucked up, man.
They
They're
drawn in-
weird.
They
They're
look drawn in
weird.
the spirit, yeah.
None of them like to watch themselves on the
They
movie
speak
set.
weird as well.
You know what I'm saying?
They speak
They
weird.
won't ever watch their movies back because they're being controlled by demons, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that Hollywood is the number one form of hypocrisy because people see these actors as something that they're not in real life.
Exactly.
In real life, these guys are pieces of shit. They're
Real
cowards.
life,
But yeah, it's
scumbags.
easy to be brave in a movie, innit?
Mm.
In the movie, man, a
CGI.
fireman running into a burning
CGI,
building. In real life, man would never go anywhere near that burning building. They're frauds.
Mhm.
They'd have to be that fraud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of the main guys was his Morpheus, what's his name?
Lawrence
Lawrence
Fishburne.
Fishburne. Man thought he was the guy. Man, actually, when he done that Morpheus character, man actually started believing he was that top guy. Then you find out his daughter is a straight porn star, man. He just lost all kind of credibility and all that. Simple examples like that, but there's a lot of them. Guys that you thought were in the screen, like Will Smith. You thought he was the main guy, and come to find out he's really a simp.
And it
He's
just
a
goes to
beta
show
male.
you can't escape the curses, man, that are on our people, man. The Most High got it for everybody, man. I don't think you making money is gonna change that.
No.
It's gonna make shit worse for you, if anything.
Yeah,
You know?
because you have to.
Yeah,
live
you
in
gotta serve.
reality.
When you're serving Satan, Satan ain't gonna give it to you all your own way.
Yeah.
A lot of them, man, when it's time for them to humiliate you, they will, and you will have to go along with it and play that role.
If you want to stay in that, yeah. if you wanna
They'll
stay in that-
because that's the deal you made with Satan.
Exactly.
You give up onto Satan, so if they want to do a psyop and part of the psyop is your family is gonna burn, you're gonna break up, and it happens. That's the Will Smith thing. That whole thing is a joke. Them dudes, they're not real. They're not a real family. That's all fabricated.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
initiate, yeah. So it's a
And the P Diddy thing proved that because no one even knew that she was getting paid to be with Diddy at the time.
sex workers and that.
That's what Hollywood is. You see them getting married and they'll make the deal. Okay, you're gonna be with him for 3 years, and that's
Yeah.
why you see they'll get married for a little while and then they just
Kanye, Kim.
Yeah, Kim
Kanye,
Kardashian.
Kim.
The Kardashians.
She's with that Jewish rat you always mentioned.
Yeah, that.
That
oh
was
yeah,
crazy.
they give him all the girls that he with.
Yeah.
And the dude ain't even funny, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
No talent, man.
Weird.
Talentless, but he's on that SNL.
Timing is
all
off.
the time.
Ain't got no comedic timing.
That's it. All of them so-called Amalekites. It's Amy Schumer.
Oh, shit. Especially the female.
But you notice
yeah,
they're all like all small. Most of them are all small hats.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's why they get to
They
do
run
what
it.
they want.
Yeah,
Yeah, they run
it,
the whole industry.
Go on.
Job 15 and 34.
Yeah.
For the congregation of hypocrites,
What's a hypocrite? Hypocrite's an actor. It's someone that has a false image of themselves that they portray to everyone else, but the reality is something different.
Says
So
it does differently.
you say one thing, but you do something, and that is the core of what's fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
What's fake it till you make it? The vegans. You had a whole bunch of people pushing the vegan thing. I don't eat animal products.
No meat.
Then what happened? What
Yeah.
came out? Most of them were eating meat. Right? The fitness industry. Bagger man on drugs.
Steroid up.
Steroid up, man. Look at this guy. What hyphy? What's
Charlie
the-
Muscle.
Cardi Muscle.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, man. You know,
now
we
he's
was
on
in prison
watermelons,
and
yeah.
we were just eating ramen noodles
Yeah,
and tuna. And bro, the guy's fucking triceps here were the size of my leg.
Innit?
He had a bicep on top of his bicep. The man had muscle on his forehead, and he want me to believe, right, that if you just eat what he tells you to do, which is purely like calories, he wanted you to believe that as long as you eat like 20,000 calories and lift metal,
1,000 plus
You're gonna be
Yeah.
interested.
then you're just gonna be do some prison workouts. You're gonna look like something out of the X-Men.
Tookie Williams in there.
No, he was on steroids.
Yeah. That's why he had to have a heart transplant.
And then he ended up having to have all kind of surgery. Now he's talking against it.
Now
Oh,
he's
like,
eating watermelon.
yeah. Now all of a sudden he's seen the light.
Yeah,
But all that time before, he was making money off
yeah,
people.
yeah.
So what he was doing was telling some young
Destroying
youth,
them.
some young 16-year-old youth looking at him thinking, I want to be buff like he is.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, you just got to buy my hyphy. And
Hyphy.
Yeah.
no, it's a lie.
And get a heart attack on the way there.
But there's a lot of fitness people like that.
That's the industry.
The whole industry is about fake it till you make it.
And
Man.
they don't care what happens to you in the process of that.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? Because obviously what happened to him is going to happen to somebody else. And he don't give a shit. As long as he's making that money, he didn't care.
Most of them muscle man, they always end up having to have heart transplants. More than one, they have heart attacks, strokes.
So it's really a self-destructive lifestyle.
Exactly.
But it's a part of the American way. It's part of the way of the world to fake it till you make it. People are fake. They want people to perceive
Yeah.
they believe something, to
Mm.
perceive them as a thing, but really they don't really they don't really
believe
think
it,
they don't
yeah.
really believe it. Virtue signaling is a big thing in this society. Everybody wants to look like they're not racist.
Mm.
It's all about looking like you're not a
Overt-
racist.
overt racist.
Looking like, but then the reality is something completely different.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the children, but I'm pro-abortion. That's hypocrisy.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
How can you be like, how do you want to protect? And that's why you see the pedophile thing on its own, this society should be burning down.
Straight.
On its own, that should be something that should, the children
All them
getting
tunnels,
molested
man,
like this
innit, man?
on an industrial scale, and the scandal, the Catholic Church, look at the scandal coming out with just the Catholic Church alone. All those buildings should be burnt to the
For
ground.
years, bro.
But that just shows you that all these people that say they care don't really care. It's hypocrisy.
Like my man Garcia, they held me down and all that. They
Yeah.
made me watch.
These guys, that bullshit. Another bullshit artist, man.
Now he's trying to go on Alex Jones and all that.
It don't surprise me. Go on.
So where did they take you? And all that.
Oh, and then,
Alex was
then he
like,
said,
"Oh,
"Oh,
you
he did post the evidence, but they deleted it."
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
said that.
convenient.
He said he wants to go to the criminal courts and all that.
That's
Bruv,
convenient.
They work for the same people that held you down. You're gonna go to the courts,
nowhere,
dickhead,
man. These dudes are and that's why you got to watch out for these. There's a new form of hypocrite now. It's not new. The controlled opposition hypocrite.
Yeah,
The guy that acts like he's
He's a
against,
truther, yeah.
when really he's part of the whole thing, just
Exactly.
playing a role. The real guys that are against, you won't really see them that much. They are out there, but they're all like on the underskirt, some old detective that's doing interviews. But you won't never see him on Piers Morgan
No.
talking about it.
Yeah.
You see Andrew Tate there?
Yeah. Twice.
Because TV's about ratings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to get the popular thing in. And if the
Exactly.
algorithm is saying that this guy's popular
Mhm.
and they're getting pushed, then that's who's going to be on the TV. They
Yeah.
want the real guy's not going to do
Piers
that.
Morgan's a
Just the
gatekeeper
armor.
as well.
Yeah, he's anyone you see on there is part of the thing. That's why you see they have what's her name on there, that white girl that is the leader of the Manosphere now.
Oh,
Pearl.
Pearl.
Pearl, yeah, just Pearl knew that.
She's the agent. She's
Yeah,
been
she's
set
a
up.
straight agent, man. She just came out of nowhere, just
Oh,
flying
yeah.
to London, just flying back and forth.
Yeah, she's
All of a
after
sudden, she's got all
Kevin
this
died.
money.
Yeah, after
yeah.
after Kevin died, Andrew Tate and Pearlie
But then
and
it
the
came,
Fresh and Fit took over.
Yeah.
but then it came out she was slaving her own. Like she had black employees, but she was giving
Oh,
them
yeah,
slave,
not
like,
paying them.
just
Yeah,
treating them
yeah,
like
yeah,
slaves.
yeah,
Come on,
So it's just obvious.
Fake it till you
Surprising.
make it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so read that again, the hypocrite thing.
Yeah, Job.
For the congregation, Job 15 and 34.
All these people have beliefs that now that they don't even want to speak in public. That's hypocrisy. No one can really, only Strickland standing on 10 toes.
He punching niggas in the face.
He'll say anything because he's standing. And I'd rather a man say what he believes than a man lie, man. And that's the society we live in now, where
Yeah.
even at work, yeah,
Mm.
most men ain't with that LG thing,
Nah.
Yeah,
Of course.
but
They
they
have
won't
to, innit?
say it, bro. They
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
say it until they feel super comfortable that whoever they're around, that's bullshit. So they have to
Ain't
act
gonna
like they're.
snitch.
Down with the course.
Yeah. Most time companies have quotas in it of who minimal amounts of those kind of men that they have to have in roles, and then if not, they get fined or
Enough of these men are racist, but they don't want to say
They
it
don't wanna
in
say it,
public
yeah.
because it's a hypocrisy thing, and they know. Listen, I can't be seen to be racist, so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So life,
Yeah.
the world has basically become about hiding who you are,
Yeah.
so you don't get cancelled.
accent.
So all these influence, they hide who they really are, so they don't get cancelled.
If I could say, there was this interview by Ami Horowitz from Fox News from a few years ago about like he went to like an American college campus and asked the students like why voter ID laws are racist, and basically the students were saying, well, black people may not know how to get to the DMV to get a
Make it
I
up.
remember that. I
license,
remember that. Yeah.
and they might not have access to the internet. And it's like, bro, how low do you think?
Yeah, but they were making it because it's the virtue
yeah,
signaling.
yeah.
It's the virtue signaling. A lot of Edomites virtue signaling these days.
Yeah. Oh, to please the poor.
It's
I
Job,
don't give a damn if there's a black actor in a program, bro. That's some
Make
woke
it
shit,
good.
man. It's just bullshit, man. All this hypocrisy. And then when you really look at it, like look at Black Panther. That was one of the most racist programs that's ever been made in the history of mankind. They had man on there representing elite level scientific culture with mud huts and and the spares, but what the fuck?
And then when he got done with my man, he got rid of him.
And it wasn't even like a Thor type thing. It just
No.
looked mad. Man had rhinos with man's running into warfare with rhinos, blood. What's going on?
Bamboo armor.
Racist.
What's
Racist.
my man in Baku and all that?
Yeah, racist, man. Eh?
It was still.
Job 15 and 34 again. For the congregation of the hypocrites shall be desolate, and the fire shall consume the tabernacle of bribery.
And that's how the American society really operates, of hypocrisy and bribery. Paying people off to keep their mouth shut, to
Yeah.
turn to look the other way.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then once you do that, you could go far in that
In this world,
society.
yeah.
You could become president.
Yeah.
You could that's how they say, oh, if you're good and you're an upstanding individual, you could be no. You become president, yeah, by turning a blind eye to wickedness.
Yeah.
Because Kamala Harris,
Tough
right?
shit.
She was all up in there in LA. And how you think she became vice president?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was sucking and fucking and doing what she had to do.
Demon.
And when the elite guys were cut, their court cases came before her. She made sure they got away with everything. Because remember, it's the district attorney that decides
Who's gonna
how,
be the
if,
Right.
and when a case gets tried.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the district attorney. Like the district, you could bring a case to a district attorney, and they could say, "Look, we don't have enough,"
Yeah.
or they could say, "Yeah, let's go ahead with that," and then the district attorney decides what penalties there's gonna be.
Mm.
They like the district, like for instance, you go before the district attorney. The district attorney will say, "Listen, we're going for the death penalty," and that's what the district attorney does. They're the ones that manages what happens with cases. So they're the main ones they have control of to control whether Epstein's case is going to go to trial,
Yeah.
or if it's just going to be a quick settlement
Yeah.
and rush it to the side.
She's a dirty one.
She's a demon, man.
It's grind.
That's why they said, okay, you've done good work for us now. Now you're gonna go play this role.
Jake don't even consider her black, man. They know that she's linked
Yeah,
in with them
right.
small hats, man. They don't even consider her a black. man.
Yeah, husband's a
She's
small
a
hat.
demon.
Yeah. He's a lawyer, one top lawyer.
Mm.
But even Trump's new advisor, like so-called vice president, is a female as well. If he gets into office,
Right,
so
right,
Oh,
right.
she looks like a straight industry slaw as well, man.
Who's
I don't even know her name.
what's her
man,
name?
but she just
I didn't
looks
know.
like
What,
a-
they've chosen her?
No, not
He's
sure, but
chosen
she,
one
she,
already?
she might be a candidate in it.
Oh.
They're saying she might be a candidate.
Oh.
for
But her,
VP.
her,
Some elderly, not elderly, but she's like,
There's a black woman?
nah, it's a white
Oh.
woman with
Yeah.
dark hair.
good,
She looks like a straight like industry vixen kind of thing, some old
Okay.
vixen.
Well,
his attorney in his court case looks like a hoe as well. She looks like a young
It might
slut.
be the same thing. They're saying that she.
Bro,
might be
that
a
goes
VP.
without saying, innit? It's
Yeah.
America. Everyone looks like a slut.
No,
It's all
fair
a
enough.
stage show, innit? It's all a stage
Alright,
show.
go on now.
Say,
You know what I mean?
Book of Ecclesiasticus
Monica Lewinsky type.
14 and 12. All bribery and injustice
Mm.
shall be blotted out, but true dealing shall endure forever.
That's right. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out because you're not supposed to judge for money or for profit.
Yep.
Right?
Um,
And that's what's happening in this society. Everything is for profit. Everyone's getting deals under the table. They're either getting blackmailed or both. Sometimes it's both. You're getting blackmailed and you got the sweet deal. So you could push through things which you know shouldn't be getting pushed through. You can push through policies that destroy families, uproot industries. You know what I'm saying?
The law of the unjust. Man.
Precept.
You judge for the rich and not for the poor. You know? Yeah, go on now.
This is from James chapter 2, verse 1. My brethren, have not the faith of our Lord Yahushua, the Lord of glory, with respect to persons. For if there come unto you an assembly a man with a gold ring in goodly apparel,
Okay.
and they come in also a poor man in vile raiment. And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and saith
Christian
unto him,
church all day. Christian church.
sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou here, or sit here under my footstool.
So,
Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts? You
Yeah.
know?
Okay, this you know these rich demons, cause they're all glitz and glamoury. They get away with bullshit.
yeah.
They get away with a lot of BS, man. Look at the royal family, man.
Mm. Even with this Diddy situation, he's got some high-paid lawyers, high-paid attorneys, and you know the small hats.
And he
He
gonna have
got the
people
best of the
defending
best,
him.
basically.
Yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
There's gonna
Cochran,
be people defending him, just
yeah,
like
the
Cartel.
Cochrans and all that.
There's still
Yeah,
people trying to defend Cartel.
yeah,
With
because he's
all-
in the league with certain.
But
yeah,
if it was a poor man, they'd be like, yeah, that's your way.
yeah,
Yeah,
black
he'd be,
people,
he's out there.
certain
They
ties.
went. He was even spotted across, I think, in Miami apparently, and he's still in the same like because originally they thought he went to Cape Verde, I think, initially, but he's
Yeah.
still in
Oh,
he's
Diddy,
still in the
yeah,
US.
yeah, he's in Miami right now.
He's in Miami.
The
If
guy
that was
put
a
him on
poor man, he'd be in
I
jail.
had him on live stream showing him
Yeah.
his house and
Yeah.
mansion chilling.
Yeah,
He was
bro.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're gonna
guys.
make a big show of it.
Yeah,
They're gonna
stage
make
show.
a big show of it because they gotta destroy your
Well,
idols.
it's Hollywood.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's all
it's all
entertainment,
Hollywood,
isn't it? It's all entertainment.
Just like
Well,
R. Kelly and Bill Cosby.
Yeah, they're trying to basically say he's going to be the new Epstein, he's the black Epstein,
Yeah.
same as R. Kelly, and they're going to try and make us
Yep.
the scapegoat, basically.
Yeah, because on the Metro, I'll always remember it. They said R. Kelly was worse than Epstein, man.
How?
Exactly. Because
But you
he's black.
see, you say it makes it true, right?
Yeah.
Fucking demons, man.
Esau's got to go. Man.
Like these people are gonna disappear and it's just gonna stop. Of course it ain't fucking gonna stop, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the most lucrative industries in the world, and all your gangs are involved in it, the top level gangs.
Yeah.
And then there's a movie they show you that in. Not a movie, Happy. If you
Yeah,
watch
yeah, I understand. Yeah.
if you watch the program Happy, right? That program Happy is actually a real life documentary. There's a guy in it that's basically a children's he's a children's show producer,
Mm.
and he's working with demons.
Yeah.
He's actually working with demons, and his thing is he procures children for the elites around the world.
Damn, that's like Diddy. Basically.
But then he's got he don't actually go and get the children himself. He's got like
workers,
mafia
got
bosses
workers.
and that working for him, and the reason they work for him is because he has the power to basically work for him and provide him with children. So that's how the cartels don't just deal drugs. The children now, the
Oh.
cartels are trafficking all them children up from South America and so forth
Yeah,
up into
definitely.
the United States. Who they
Yeah.
trafficking them to?
Exactly. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's a hierarchy, man.
And as long as they do that, they get pretty much the top dons get left alone.
They ain't gonna stop digging them tunnels, man. You still got them tunnels running throughout the whole of America. LA, it's not in just New York, underneath that damn synagogue. It's in LA too. They said that Diddy had tunnels, man. They said Diddy had a grotto and tunnels underneath his mansion. So that's
And
in LA.
they get rid of the bodies in the crematoriums
Because
they own the crematoriums. So that's the best way to get rid of bodies. Not mass bodies, because that's impossible. Right? But if you got one or two bodies, you can use the crematorium. Because
Yeah.
contrary to popular belief, you can't just burn like
6
50
million.
bodies
Yeah.
in a
Too much fuel
It's
required.
too much. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
We just
Science.
it's Revelation chapter 18, verse 10.
Oh, shit.
Stand afar off for the fear of a torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all time wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments.
Yeah, this is America.
Yeah.
And this can't be denied, man. The biggest consumer
Oh, yeah, 100%.
by far, man. Any product, any luxury good you think of is sold in America. If you want to make your money,
Popularized, yeah.
if you want to become a millionaire, you want a piece, just a piece.
market.
It ain't even got to be like 50%. Now, if you're in Jamaica, you're in some small country, you gotta have to get rich. You need to own quite a large portion of the market. In America, imagine you had 1% of the American shoelace or shoe market.
Yeah.
1%, just give me 1% of all the shoes being sold in America, bro.
Good for life.
That's why some of these Jake's deals are not even getting 1% on their deals. It's too much of them.
Yeah, they don't do shit.
You know?
None of the rights.
I would say the market is so big in America that you don't even have to have that much of a market share in most industries, and you're a billionaire because that's how large these markets are. And there's some places you can't sell certain things. Like for instance, like if you're a luxury car maker,
Yeah.
you're not concerned about Jamaica.
No.
Cause how many man in Jamaica is buying a Rolls Royce? Let's be honest now. But if you're selling Rolls Royce, New York is probably a good place for you to sell your products. There's gonna be a lot of guys that can afford to buy up in Manhattan. They're gonna buy the Rolls Royce,
Beverly Hills. And
Beverly Hills. So, hey, LA. So America has a lot of millionaires. It has a lot of billionaires, right? And a lot of even the middle class. They have money in their pocket to buy certain luxury goods. So if you're selling a luxury good, you don't go to India with it. You don't go to the favela. You go to America, man.
That's why they call it the land of opportunity.
This is from Statista. It says footwear United States. The footwear market in the United States is projected to grow by 3.25% between 24 and 28, resulting in a market volume of $104 billion in 28.
101 billion.
Yeah.
That's big money. So that's why it talks about the merchants that sell all these goods, and there are a lot of luxury goods, ivory, like even on the black market, most of the stuff is going to America, man. Because America's just there's a lot of money in America, man, especially at the top, and they just buy things, man. They want the finest of everything from around the world, the Persian rugs and the caviar and all that.
Same
stuff.
here in London, man. You got the biggest guys are here in London as well, the bankers and all that kind of stuff.
Good
Charles
market for it.
all them mans, like they got all the luxury items here. You know?
It's not Albania.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Diamonds. I'm pretty sure if you look up where the most diamonds are sold for weddings,
Americans.
America, man. Look at them niggas is over in there in America. Floyd and them are
Bossed
walking
up.
around looking like a chandelier, man. I ain't never seen a nigga in the UK rolling like that. Even the rap niggas in the UK don't walk around like that.
BVS.
These niggas,
Some BVS. Clarity, man.
yeah, but that's because that's America, man.
Yeah.
Go on, huh?
Yeah, it says all manner of
Land of all fair.
and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots. And this is the point I was getting to, and slaves and souls of men. Just let them trafficking those people, man.
Slaves.
Men, women, children,
Yeah.
all of that.
That's
It's
from the inception as well.
a big business.
Yeah.
You know, and there's merchants, people that are out there doing that.
Yeah, even the man them making money, trafficking
On the line of it,
trafficking the not even just the
immigrants,
slaves, but even just immigrants in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
Traffic, you can make good money trafficking illegal immigrants into America.
Danger
man.
money.
Yeah,
Right
man.
now they said they got Florida's being flooded by them Haitians. And they're bringing them guns over the borders and all that. You know, them illegal immigrants. So, you know, America's finished anyway, man.
Yeah.
America's last days is here.
Taking
It's
time,
deep
man.
treasures for its last days,
Yeah.
man.
Even on the point of America, I just looked up this website, Visual Capitalist. They use
Yeah. Good site.
yeah, man.
That's a good site.
Yeah. The US, it has, well, let me just quickly grab it. 42.5% of the global stock market share, bro.
Yep.
Like, closest next to them is the EU, bro, by
And that's
11%.
all of the EU together.
All of the
That's
EU
one
together
country
at
against the whole
11%.
EU. Yeah.
So,
Not all those EU nations are be rolling like that. You know?
In fact, even a lot of their companies, they go abroad to make the products only to send them back to America, man. Like iPads and that. I guarantee most of the iPhones and that sold in America. And they're expensive, man.
Expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
America-
saying?
Well, yeah.
That's why the scripture says when America's destroyed, those merchants are going to be balling because there's a lot of people from around the world that make their money. Majority of their money, their millionaire status is because they sell some kind of product in America. In fact, I've met girls that's like living in the UK and they're like, they got money and it's like, oh, my dad's not here. My dad's in America because our business is in America. So they're living here, but their dad's business in America. You know what he's doing? He's doing importing, exporting, whatever bullshit he's doing and making good money. You know?
Yeah, even the 100 largest companies in the world, 39 of them are American. Like, you got Microsoft, Apple at the top,
Nvidia.
Amazon's in there, Meta.
And what's Amazon all about?
Bezos.
Yeah.
bringing in the products,
Yeah.
man. Bringing in those products.
Yeah.
Them cheap Chinese goods, man.
Basically, Alibaba on.
Oh, but,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
those Chinese millionaires,
Yeah.
those Chinese
How?
millionaires,
Yeah.
obviously, China's a massive market, so you can make money by selling into China. But that's not how they became
Millionaires, yeah.
gazillionaires. They're gazillionaires because
Sold
they're
to
selling
America.
products from made in China for cheap over in America.
Mhm.
And that's
Because
like,
Americans have got them credit cards
Yep.
and they could buy all kind of stupid shit, man,
that's
and
like
throw it away and buy more shit.
So it says in the Apocrypha, Asia, thou in the hope of the partakers of Babylon.
Yep.
They're one of the same.
Alibaba and all that.
Yeah, Alibaba's been around.
Timu.
Yeah,
Timu.
yeah.
I ordered some shit on Timu. the other day,
That's
man.
like stressful, man.
Sometimes you don't even know if the shit's coming.
No,
or
but
not.
you can get some good stuff from Timu. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Yeah, once you get through the
All
bullshit.
the
Yeah,
logins
forget
and
about all
the
that.
logins
I know what
and
you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
got a pair of fucking before I got a pair of workout
deals and all that.
shorts, yeah. Bro, they're one of the best workout shorts I ever got, and I'm sure I got it for like £3, bro. It's mad. I don't know what's going on in China, but hey, Temu, you could get some good quality stuff for cheap there, man.
It's just the logins.
Yeah. Oh, but on what you're
Oh,
saying,
sign up.
no, so I was on what you're saying because that's why Temu spent so much to advertise the Super Bowl, because they needed that mark. I think they had 2 30-second slots
Yep.
at the Super Bowl because they wanted that market.
Yeah, the American
So,
market.
so they're
man.
legit then.
Yeah,
But I'm afraid, you know.
they got it because they move it in bulk on them ships, and that's why the scriptures speak about the. It's in the same scripture, I believe. The ships, the ship masters, because going back to that Baltimore,
Oh,
that's a deep water port, right?
Yeah.
Because America's got bare ports,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
for all those goods, because goods don't really travel in the air.
No,
Only-
it's expensive.
It's too
It's all
expensive.
maritime.
To this very day, maritime is still the cheapest way to move
Since
products,
ancient-
man.
since ancient world, yeah.
Well, because basically they said that ship is as tall as the tallest building in Baltimore.
Yeah, and
Which
they said they're
is-
losing
it's
50
Yeah, they
big.
stack them up, man.
They said they're losing $50 million a day
Yeah,
from that situation.
they just
Yeah.
they just fill up them containers, and them containers probably had
Oh, they said
children
they had
on there and all
toxic. Yeah.
sorts.
They also said they had chemicals on there as well.
Yeah, well,
Toxic chemicals.
it's a big route for coal, fuel.
Oh yeah, I
chemical
heard
waste
something about
and
it.
that.
Yeah,
So that's a big issue for them,
It's a
man.
big issue still.
And it's going to cost man a lot of money to divert those things around to different places they can.
yeah. That means the economy in that city is gonna go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads
You know,
of jobs.
and Baltimore's already fucking
Ready
got.
through.
They're already a bunch of crazy niggas up in there. So
Yeah.
they start getting more hungry. You're gonna see
Yeah.
more madness.
Because
man.
what about the ports in that place where the ships would that's going to be there's not going to be no business there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's just going to tank.
Man's getting laid off.
Yeah, and they can't replace that bridge anytime soon.
Nah.
They
No,
could-
no,
they
They
could-
said 10 years.
10 years.
they ain't never going to get a chance to do it.
It's only been up to 50.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we go for Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon.
See, China put it up in a month.
Basically. Well, even
And they just build it on people. They just like,
Yeah. I said even the Crimean Bridge. That's a long ass bridge. It didn't take them that long to build it. From one part, they built that shit quick. It's just
you ain't got them regulations, you know.
within America, everyone's trying to get paid, just like Crossrail here. HS2,
Still not
right?
done.
They're saying it's going to be finished in 2035.
Whoa.
In the same timeline, China's fucking built 45,000 miles of high speed rail.
Yeah. They
It's
don't.
insane.
They're not ramping.
So,
So we go Jeremiah.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's the regulations and all that, and how much the businesses want to get paid matters, man. You know.
Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Mhm.
The nations have drunken of our wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly foreign and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed.
So America was put on that pedestal, man. Made the glory of nations, man. Become that golden city. So they, like the Lord said, he'll allow them to build, but after the building's done, the Lord's gonna throw them down. And everything about America is falling, man. Everything about society, everything's falling.
Yep.
Bridges, everything, man. It's all
Science.
going.
What
Fans
you
gonna
got? You
start.
got Mike Tyson fighting.
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
Paul.
through.
What
Show
kind of
was over.
madness is this, man? This is entertainment.
Yeah.
That's nearly 60
Listen, if you're
years
gonna
old.
have fist ups, man, you're supposed to have the best fighting the best.
Yeah.
That's what's entertaining. How you gonna put a pensioner in there with an influencer, with a Disney kid? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And put that on Netflix. Netflix is
Exactly.
down bad, man.
And they did same with
After
the football
Damsel.
greats. So you had Kaka playing with I show speed, or I show speed almost breaking his
fucking
ankles and
arsehole.
shit.
That arsehole.
You know,
They
literally.
brought
as
back
well,
all
like.
R9. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Why they gotta
True.
do that for, man? Hey, this is America's finished, man.
True.
Good.
We would have heard Babylon, but she is not heard. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country.
You can't heal Babylon because Babylon's problem is a spiritual problem. It's a curse.
Yeah.
America has been cursed, and there's nothing that can be done. It's cursed, man, and it's everything is gonna lead towards its own destruction, man.
That's right.
Its own inevitable downfall and destruction. There's nothing no one can do about it because it's too wicked, man. It's too evil. It's too dark, but it's meant to be that way. The
Yeah.
Lord set it up that way, and there's no way to turn it around. It's so fucked, man, on every way that if you were to try and fix, let's say you were to give it a job to fix America tomorrow, you'll be dead by Tuesday. You'll be dead by Tuesday.
Well,
It's too complicated.
this
There's too many
nation is
problems.
already heavily in debt, right? How much would it cost to fix all these problems?
But
It's just not possible.
it's not even just money.
No, it's not.
Just generally speaking, the mindset of the people can't be fixed. It's too far gone. It's like the ghetto, like that's why it takes a miracle.
It's like they need an alien invasion.
It's like you need a reset because you got to just scrap it and start again because it's completely just it's corrupt on every level. There ain't no quick fix to it.
No.
It's done.
Yep.
It's cooked. And if you can't see that, man, like the people, just to look at the people everyone looks up to, they're through. I was thinking about that. I always think about it, like, raw, like, where is the example? Where is the example for people to look like and say, oh, that's what I should be living like, or that's what I aspire to be? The people you look up to are fucked. They're on like their fifth divorce. You know, it's
All in
just
debt.
it's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
Your presidents are like 90 years old and shit.
Yeah.
Biden,
Dementia,
well,
all that.
he
Dementia.
can't even talk,
Yeah.
and he's supposed to be running the country, and that shows you that he's not running the country.
Mm-mm.
So the whole thing is a farce to begin with, but you believe in Trump.
Trump's the last hope.
Yeah, but he always was in there for 4 years
Yeah, innit?
and didn't do shit.
Gonna do shit.
He didn't empty no swamp. The swamp got bigger.
So I'm gonna build a wall.
He didn't really even want to talk about the Epstein thing, and he didn't really want to talk
Just in
about it.
case. Just in case.
I want everyone to remember I'm the V president, and it was a good V, the best V that America's ever made. Fuck out of here, man.
If that guy gets back in office, what he does, man, America's totally through. He's gonna lead America down that hole, man.
Let's hope.
That
Let's hope, man.
Yeah, because all the truthers are gonna go asleep. They're gonna go back. They're gonna go asleep because their man's in, so he's gonna save the day, innit? He's gonna arrest. Apparently, he's gonna arrest all the pedophiles and fuck out of here, man.
He's gonna be a dictator, bro. Straight dictator.
So you can
Man,
corner the market.
You know, he's down with the JOOs.
Definitely.
Down with them from long time.
He's actually
He
related.
has to be. There's no way he would have survived in that industry he was in. He got bailed out by the Rothschilds. He went bankrupt. The Rothschild bank bailed him out, and because he signed up that the debt of his company was his debt. They were 900 million in the hole. So that guy should have been through. 900 million in the hole. I would have killed myself, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
That's
I
what
can't
they usually
read
do.
that.
That's what they usually do. G. That's what they usually do. That's their last resort. Just to commit suicide, man.
Get hurt when you got a few grand in the hole. This nigga had 900 million or some shit in the hole. That shit fuck your shit up.
Apparently, he's related to them small hats because him and Clinton are like 19th cousins or some shit like that. And they're looking at their bloodlines. They're all related, man.
Oh yeah.
All
Yo,
of them, they're
well,
related.
like I said, man, you don't make it in the construction business. Is corrupt as they come.
Yeah. Shipping as well. We was talking about shipping.
Because you got to pay a lot of people to get your regulations passed and all that stuff. But it ain't hard. Anyone can make it in that industry, man. All you need to do is basically get a bunch of investors, make the building for like 80% of what you actually said it's meant to be, and take your 20% off the top. Keep a couple of the equities and rent them out. You make money. It's a big racket, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go on.
For our judgment reaches unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky.
Have we got the one about the ship merchants
Yeah,
crying?
yeah.
Let's get that as well. And that proves that America is Babylon, because when it's destroyed, the shipman, they're not gonna have as much work. Because that's where most of these ships are going.
Yeah.
full to the brim, like the brother said, full to the brim. They're taking product from one part of the world and bringing it to America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, because I was gonna say, I thought, you know, my naivety, I thought they would stack the containers on top of the ship, but the bottom of the ship is stacked as well. So it's stacked on top and underneath. So how high it is,
To maximize
ma-
the money,
it's
man.
crazy.
America is exporting media. They're
Yeah.
exporting media and services. They're not exporting goods,
Yep.
Yeah,
hard
import-
goods. They don't do
importing
that.
goods,
Yep.
exporting
They're
media.
exporting porn and movies, bad movies.
Apparently, even
Yeah.
the Pentagon, like all them top movies that they've made throughout the past how many years, Transformers.
There are no pictures,
some
my
of them-
friend.
Okay, some of them top movies
Yeah,
that brothers like to watch and all that. The Pentagon's been behind them, man. You
Yeah.
know, Pentagon's got a budget,
Oh, no,
a
of
movie
course.
budget.
Of course.
Yeah.
Not only that, even everyone's in on the game. Even the Sony and all them
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah,
They're all bought and paid
Got a
for.
movie
That,
budget, bro.
the Hollywood is just mind control programming, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is, man.
Because I remember reading this years ago. So, but believe it's true. But basically, you can't have any American military hardware in films unless America wins. That's like part of the
Yeah, and
contract
the
if they're
military have to
using.
see
I
it
heard about
first.
that.
Yeah.
They have to look over it and make sure the movie script and everything is in their favor, and then they let it go through.
Yeah.
They have to see it first.
Well,
The
all you
Pentagon
got to do is look at the years leading up to 9/11 and see the amount of films that had the Arab man portrayed as being
yeah, team,
terrorist or evil man, and they were just preparing the minds of that youth growing up, so that when it happened, they would go over there and accept the fact that these Arabs are bloodthirsty beasts that
bomb
need
the
to be
shit out of them.
eradicated off the face of the earth,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And then they'll start doing the same thing with the Russians now, or every bad guy will be Russian looking, or you know, John Wick could be fighting a Russian.
Well, that's all in the movies, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do.
It's probably going to be in the next one because Russia's got beef with America.
It's already been. I'm sure
They're gonna
there was a
come
lot
John
of
Wick.
Russian mafia involved in.
You know that fat guy, innit?
Yeah,
Who's
there's
even,
loads of
yeah,
them.
that big fat
There's
guy.
always it.
He look like he's Ukrainian or something.
Hey, yo, look at the speed.
The movement. No, that's back in Revelation 18, I'm going to jump down to verse 16 here. So, saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
Yeah.
Well,
Even like, I was going to back to point. When Donald Trump was doing one of his campaigns, he was speaking about like the attention he had with Macron in France, basically pretty much around it was something to do with one of France's policies, basically pretty much in regards to immigration. But long story short, with NATO, and he basically, long story short, came out and said, like, when he was president, that he threatened France and straight up told them that he'd stop basically protecting France through NATO off the back of the president's refusal to come to his demands. And long story short, pretty much immediately, like, they bowed down to his demands. You had even when the whole Russia thing started, where they were gonna stop the flow of fuel into Europe, they were all looking to America for that liquefied
which they charging them top dollar for that.
Yeah,
It's very expensive.
Because didn't Trump also do something about it? Because he was mocking Macron, who was saying, yeah, I would have said put tariffs, 100% tariffs on your cheese.
Yeah, because they have the political the economic hand when it comes to Europe. Because France ain't on their own. Each individual European country is nothing compared to America. America is a powerhouse economically and politically in the world, and they've been riding with the beast the whole time, hiding behind them. If they had to really stand on their own, each one of them nations, there's a lot of the bullshit they be doing in the world, especially Britain. They couldn't get away with it. Britain's the number one culprit for that. They walk around because they're America's butt buddy, and act like, oh, we're we have power in the earth. Blood, they couldn't do nothing. The only reason they're on a level is because America's they got that special relationship, man. America's really the big boy.
Well, it's the heart that sits on the beast, man.
Yeah,
It handles the beast.
that's it.
It directs the beast.
Exactly.
You know, they don't really get to do shit about America's blessings, bro. You know what I mean?
You know, they fund NATO. America funds NATO because America's defense budget is crazy. It's 40% of all the defense budgets in the world, man. They're on a different level.
Biden came here and called Rishi Sunak Sanook, and he was still on his best behavior. Like, listen,
They don't want to Americans, man. But verse 17 says, "For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught,
Mm.
and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off."
And that's how you know that we ain't going into the future in this kingdom, because we ain't gonna, everything gonna be flying, right? They say everything's flying. You know, you get the hovercraft, super Star Trekking. Nah, it's
Back to
still
the future
ships,
type
it's
shit.
actual ships, and it's still like that to this day.
Yeah.
Ships are the ones that's carrying everything around on the waters, man. And I find that quite interesting. Still to this day, they can't find nothing more economical than a canal moving a heavy good on water.
Yep.
You can't find, there's no better way to do it. Stick it on a ship, push it down river, and then take it up. It's
Mhm.
cheap.
Spin away in the
That's
world.
why you can get them Timu goods and pay and pay 50p
pennies, yeah.
or they'll, if you spend a certain amount, you spend like £50, it's free delivery from China.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? How am I getting free delivery? Like, you know what I mean? They can't be making that much product. It's because once they stick all that shit on that ship, the cost of
Doesn't change. Yeah.
actually shipping each individual unit is almost nothing
Mm.
because of the amount of stuff they packing into these damn containers, man.
Just one more verse. It says, verse 18, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, "What city is like unto this great city?"
Yeah.
That's the point, yeah.
That's
Great
America,
city,
man.
yeah, great city.
It's a great
Oh,
city.
but
But a lot of that greatness, man, all that greatness means nothing if you're wicked.
Yeah.
Because we've seen that all the glitz and the glamour, once you get past the glitz and the glamour, it's all ugly and stink.
Because ancient Babylon was a great city. That was the golden head, right?
Yep.
Head of gold. So that was like out of all these cities and kingdoms, basically, Babylon the Great. I mean, Babylon, ancient Babylon, the first Babylon, that was greater than all these empires now. But
Yeah.
that still fell, man.
It's the definition of glamour, man. Makeup. That's what America is. It's makeup. It's the glitz and that's what Hollywood is.
Facade, man.
Yeah.
Hollywood is the actors. Like I'm saying, it's like a microcosm of what America is. You got ugly bitches that's putting massive amounts of fucking airbrushing and makeup on, but then when you see them on a normal day, they looking fraggle as hell.
Yeah.
That's exactly what America is. It's like when the Oscars come, everyone's
Glitz and
Sold
glamour.
up.
everything's dolled up. It's all glamour. But when you look really in between it, when you look at the movies, the quality is shit.
Yeah.
They can't even make a decent movie no more. The
Wasting all that
the
budget.
plot,
Yeah.
the substance in it
Yeah.
ain't there. But the cinematography might be good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they wasted
yeah.
budgets.
You know, the makeup will be good and the camera
Yeah.
angles will be good. But then when you look at the quality of the acting and the writing, the stuff that matters, it's all
Shit.
gone.
It's like that 3-body problem. Apparently, the
Yeah,
original
that
sick.
free body shit. That keeps
Rough,
coming
yeah.
up.
Apparently, the original Chinese version is sick, but then Netflix got a hold of it and ruined this shit.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
music is the same way.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about the
Yeah,
music
George, the
video.
music's cool.
Correct.
You know what I mean? It's all about it.
Mhm.
But you know, all about the bitch shaking her ass, Ice Spice.
Yeah.
But when you listen to the song, it's like the lyrics and that
garbage.
it's dead. It's
But back in
garbage.
the 90s, they used to spend like $1 million in a
But she got a big
Yeah.
budget behind her,
yeah.
and
No,
it's
but
all
even-
glamorous.
But even now, the budget that they got now is shit compared to what they used. Like, when you had like, you know, guys like, what's his producer's name
Oh
again?
no, I know who you're thinking
On my
of.
mind, didn't it? You know that light skinned brother used to do the $1 million
Yeah,
budget
I know. His
videos,
name is
hip hop
on top of
videos
my
back in
head,
the day, in the 90s and the early 2000s. But now the
Hype?
quality, Hype Williams and all that, all them
Yeah.
ancient Hype Williams, the Nas videos, the Hype
Yeah,
Williams,
yeah.
that shit was like proper quality back then. But now it's all dead,
It's all
man.
bullshit, man.
Dead bullshit.
You put in
Bubble wrap artists and all that.
diamond chains on a whore.
Yeah.
That's America.
Yeah.
A disease infested whore that stinks.
Sit for
But you're spraying some perfume over the top here, and they put some makeup on. But she got AIDS. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
the
just-
woman that John
that's it.
saw, that Revelation.
It's
Revelation.
foul.
That's the woman that
Yeah.
John saw in the
The
book of
rotting on the
Revelation.
inside.
So
That's exactly who he saw in the woman, that woman, scarlet colored woman,
She look good on the
all
outside.
good, costly array, but her insides is rotten.
It's rotten, man. It stinks.
So I was going to say real quick, was speaking about the ship, said the Dali is 300 meters. So that's like from here all the way down past there. Like,
Yeah.
like it's huge.
Massive. And they make money, man. They make good money.
Yeah. For now, I will pick an article for about music. You can say. So from the Guardian, say songs lyrics getting simpler, more repetitive,
Mm-hmm.
hungry,
Oh.
and self-obsessed.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's written
Low
by
quality.
algorithms,
Yeah,
man.
it was.
Low quality.
Netflix, not Netflix, Spotify ruined music because basically they were saying how to get more streams, they designed the songs in such a way where they rearranged the order of the song so that it will get you the hook first or some shit like that. Whereas before they didn't used to make music that way, but they found that this was the optimal algorithm, optimal way to build the song for the purpose of the algorithm. You know?
Yeah, it's shit.
Low quality, man.
It's just shit, man. You
Still
got
is
listen.
music
If you like
industry.
music, you got to stay away from mainstream
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
find them underground man that care.
Or just go old school.
There's
just go
always
straight
somebody
old
that
school.
cares. You got to
Oh,
find them underground man that care and just
yeah.
listen to them. Don't listen to the mainstream because it's just gonna be glamour. All you're gonna get is the glamour, but you ain't gonna get no substance
No
to it.
substance.
Even the
Bunch of
sports are like that
6ix9ines,
now. The
Yeah,
NBA is like that. The NBA,
Yeah,
they took
man,
all the defense out of the game. So now the game's just empty, man. Is just end-to-end scoring.
Hoops, yeah.
This is bullshit, man.
Mhm.
Bare traveling going on,
Yeah.
Yeah,
stat padding. That's all you get now. And the game ain't beautiful no more.
Yeah, same
Same
thing with
football.
football.
Yeah, football ain't beautiful no
Quality's
more.
gone, man.
Bare system ballers, man that are just athletes. They ain't got no skill. They ain't no Ronaldinho.
yeah, you
No,
see
no.
that
Like, no,
ever again.
the ballers are gone, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the man them that are the real ballers is on the bench. Madison and all. they think this pussy all is a best player in the world. What's his name from Real Madrid? The light skin.
Bellingham.
But he ain't no baller, man. He just turns up in the box and scores goals.
Yeah, exactly.
He turns up in the box and taps in, you know, he just them guy. At least Lampard had technical ability. This man ain't got no. You give him the ball with man on him, he can't.
Struggling.
He's struggling. The only thing he do is kind of get the ball in space and drive
Yeah,
forward
Just
because he's
finishing,
tall
just a good finish.
and he's got an athlete. He's just an athlete. That's all
Mm.
he is. And he turns up late in the box, scores some goals, and man are going on like he's on Modric and them man level. Like he's crazy. Nedved. We grew up with man like Nedved, Modric, Seedorf, real ballers, yeah. And this guy, bro,
That's
football's
it.
bullshit now, man.
The Esauification of everything.
Everything's
Like you
gone
said, it's
downhill,
all
man.
stats now. It's all stats.
It's all bullshit,
It's
man.
all
Fuck
stats.
this place.
That's
We've
it.
seen the best of it. It needs to go down
That's
quickly.
it, man. That's it.
I got this one thing real quick. On the forming of NATO, because NATO was formed by originally in like 1914, as this will say, but by Canada and America, and it was basically to America had a secretary
Nate
of
was
state.
formed when?
It's
Not
going back to
1914.
1949.
Yeah, you said 1914.
Oh, you said 1914. I thought
1949.
what?
1949. So like, yeah.
Fucking
I was like, yo, I was
before the
thinking,
second-
hey, that's before the First World War. is
Yeah,
it, man? I'm like, yo, brother,
1949. So like,
hey, this is GMS.
Yeah,
1949.
I don't know where you think you at,
yeah,
brother. This is GMS, man.
100% true.
You gotta come.
100% true.
You can't come with them in history. That history was crazy, man.
I said before Kaiser Wilhelm, you know.
Oh, we gotta start learning overseas, man.
I was like, yo, man,
Hey, yo. Yeah, you can't do that over here. You gotta take that to another camp, brother. Hey, I'm only joking, brother. Hey, just fucking.
They had a Secretary of State called George Marshall, and basically he authorized aid payments into Europe for a lot of those
Oh.
companies, in particular Germany, to rebuild their economy.
Yeah,
So really and truly, even though now they're all like going on like it's a partnership, all those European countries really owe America for saving their asses back then.
Well, America helped build up Britain and all that in Europe again after World War II, man.
Yeah, it's like it's the same with what they're doing when they say they're giving aid to Ukraine. They're
A loan.
giving Ukraine a loan, and that was the same thing. It was I forgot the name of the
It's not free
policy.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's for free.
Yeah. It was the same policies that they used as what was going into and how they funded Britain in the war. I forget the name of the act, but basically, long story short, Ukraine owes America.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
And that's why they keep saying Russia can't win, because that's their investment. They invested into that country, and now they want to
But-
make sure.
The thing is, what's probably gonna happen is Ukraine's gonna be split in two,
Yeah.
and hit the part of Ukraine that was historically Russia will now be Russia.
Yeah.
Because America also can't win.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be split. And I think they're talking about Poland and maybe France might get frisky, but we'll see, innit? We'll see what happens if they do anything before the election.
Mm.
Yeah.
We're definitely leading into that World War III, man.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
can see it heating up on every level, man.
It's the conundrum.
It's just a matter of when the Most High decides someone gonna do something crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
you had the terror attacks as well in
Yep.
Moscow.
Russia.
Yeah. You know, and they were blaming it on the US, Ukraine, and Britain.
So hopefully we're gonna start seeing.
animosity
Yep.
is building.
Mm.
Man.
Hopefully we're gonna start seeing some clandestine operations backward and forward, man.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which the bridge
The
thing
bridge,
might
yeah,
have
that's
been
what I was-
that's what-
might have
because
been
I've
one of
been
those
saying, yeah.
things.
Because it's tracked. Apparently, it's tracked some American quick response vessels and stuff like that. Marine vessels, yeah,
So now they just gotta play in the.
yeah, and that's
That's how they could make money in it. They have
Yeah.
man just riding around in the little part.
yeah, because they're saying that's like 12% of Baltimore's revenue, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, you know. I got something. It says Matthew 24:6 says, "And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and
Right, because guess what? Yahweh Shai, that was like just over 2,000 years ago or around that time. And since then, there's been mad wars. And people have always said, okay, this is the world war. Like when they had the crusade, that was a mad war. World War One was a mad war, World War Two. But you see, we're guided by the scriptures that we know, no, there was meant to be three wars. Whoa. Right? Now we've already had World War Two. 19, you gotta get it right, bro. Don't mess it up. 1939 to 1945, man. It's GMS, right? And then you had the Cold War, which is really the beginnings of World War III. Was the Cold War that had this the rest, and now we're right back into it again. So we're really in that time right now. But even in this time, there's still loads of little proxy wars that are happening in the midst of everything,
And
like
prophecies
Syria.
that go along with it.
And it's ongoing because the Syria thing ain't stopped, you know. Syria, like, notice no one don't talk about Syria no more. Like, but that ain't stopped. That's still an ongoing thing. Like, there's remnants of rebellious behavior over there in Syria right now, but it's normalized. And the same thing's probably gonna happen in Ukraine. It's like, yeah, we're gonna have this piece,
and Gaza.
you're gonna have that piece, and they're gonna be, and Gaza. You have little skirmishes now and again, but it will just be normalized that, yep, Russia has this piece under control, and them lot have that piece, until we get to the realness.
The main event.
That's it.
Something's gonna happen now.
Yeah, just real quick. So you said it. Revelations 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
So we ain't got long to wait, man, and it needs it, man. This place needs mass death and destruction, man, because it needs that reset.
Yep.
You know, you got two man. I was watching one thing. You got two man flipping. Man's sister is a surrogate for them to have a youth. Man. Kind of madness is this, man? Men have got too much time on their hands, blood. And then man makeup was better than my woman, blood. It was mad. Them man had better hair and makeup than my woman. It was crazy, blood. You could tell they spent about £300 on their hair and makeup, blood. My woman ain't never spent £300 on her hair and makeup, blood. What's going on? Man are spending more than your woman, blood. Them man need to be destroyed, blood. 100%. But them look like they've been in them high-end hair salons, blood. Every follicle was in place. I couldn't believe it. This is crazy, blood. With beards as well.
Oh, man.
It's mad.
Isaiah 13 and 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
And that's a beautiful thing. It's going to be made an example of, man, because America is basically the embodiment of rebellion, the embodiment of wickedness and pride, of evil of the highest order, man. No matter what evil you speak of, it's in America and it's been there from the very beginning until now, and it's oozing, it's fermenting in there, man. It needs this destruction that's coming to be an example unto the rest of humanity. Like, you don't do this kind of behavior. This is the end. If you forget the Most High and go your own way, this is what you're gonna end up. You're not gonna end up in Shangri-La. You're not gonna end up in heaven. You're not gonna ride off into the sunset happily ever after, because that's the lie that is taught to you in this world.
Mhm.
You could forget the Most High, and it's gonna somehow you
gonna
could
work
work it out.
Mm.
You know, everything's
Yeah.
gonna be all right
Mm.
on some Bob Marley thing. You know, it's not gonna be all right. What's gonna happen is you're gonna be a cursed individual,
Yep.
and you're gonna die, and your family's gonna die,
Mhm.
and where you live is gonna be a burnt oak. It's gonna be a scar on earth.
Yeah.
So just do the right thing.
Yeah, preach that.
Yes.
It's Isaiah 47 from verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou dost not lay these things to thy heart. Neither
And America is a lady because they ain't been touched by war. America's a virgin nation.
Mhm.
Britain, listen, Britain ain't no virgin, but Britain has
Yeah.
been
been invaded
violated.
a lot of times.
Yeah, France, France,
hurt.
yo, France been hurt, man. France been hurt so much. Listen, no one respects the French military.
Through.
The French military is through all the way, man. Them man got dealt with. Germany rolled them over, man, and
Yeah.
just spanked them differently. Spanked them, took their women. They needed help.
Yeah. If I could said America's never been touched, that was one of the things that those American mercenaries found when they went to Ukraine, because they thought that it was like the other wars that they had fought in like Iraq, where you got your medvacs and all of that sort of stuff. Whereas when it was in Ukraine, it was sort of like, bro, if you weren't a high up official, if you weren't in near Kiev, no one's coming for you. You know, because it's basically saying like they didn't have that experience. They've not known actual war even. You know.
Shitty war.
Yeah.
Yeah, America, listen, when's the last time on American soil? Don't say Pearl Harbor, because Pearl Harbor went America. Man.
Exactly.
That was a commandeered piece of land. That's basically an airstrip. They took a next man's country and turned it into an airstrip,
Yeah.
and a port. Yeah, Pearl Harbor isn't America. Hawaii ain't America.
Ain't
That's it.
mainland. Ain't
Yeah,
mainland. America.
mainland America. I'm
No.
talking about from the West Coast. You're talking about LA, San Francisco, all that.
It's only ever been infighting.
Yeah.
There only ever been a civil war.
Yeah.
But in terms of being in World War One, they never got touched.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. There wasn't even a little couple bombings.
Mhm.
Yeah, World War Two, none of them. They never got touched. The World War Two, that was fought over there in Europe and in Africa and in the Middle East and
Yeah.
over there in Asia. They didn't touch them.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? America has actually never, and that's why they're so proud, because they've been doing a lot of war.
Yeah.
They've been sending their
Propagating
troops to
war.
South
Yeah, yeah,
America. They've been
Yeah.
sending their troops into Africa, into the middle. Even with how big and bad, don't talk about 9/11 because we know about that. But let's be honest with you. They went to war in Afghanistan for
20 something years.
I don't remember the
20
number.
years.
Yeah.
And you mean them man didn't even get back in the soil of America? Them man didn't do nothing in America. No man has put their foreign troops on the soil of America and stood 10 toes and said, yo, we're going to put in work.
Yeah.
But they did that in Iraq. They did that in Afghanistan. They did that all over the place. But you see, they're going to be touched.
Mhm.
In this world war that's coming, there's going to be some madness going on in America.
Yeah.
You normally, the American public get to sit there and watch it on the TV.
Yeah.
It's gonna
With
bleed
the
out.
pina
It's gonna come from
coladas.
within.
Like,
Yeah, they're
It's
sitting
gonna
there
bleed out.
yamming steak,
yeah.
you know, while the rest of the world is savoring on the meats.
Yeah.
Them man have got the steak,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
the blood's in
T-bone-
the water, man.
the T-bone steak. Oh, it's Fox News. Fox
Yeah.
News live 8 p.m. The president. Oh no, we're going live to Baghdad, where our troops, shock and awe. They
gonna be
showed it
televised.
live.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
televised.
You just see Baghdad getting turned into mincemeat, arms flying up in the air. You don't even know. Boop, boop, boop. Man, just sitting. Oh my God! Like, just pass me the applesauce, and you know what I mean, man. Can you please pass the mayonnaise and all that kind of stuff going on, man?
It's gonna be televised, man.
But this time, when this war happens, man, they're gonna be scared at home because there's gonna be shit popping off.
That was like in the film London Has Fallen. The guy was like, for far too long, the war's been over there.
Yep.
You know?
The war's gonna come to the shores of America even before the nuclear missiles.
Most definitely.
There's gonna be ballistic missiles, different type of troops
rocket nukes and all that.
making insurgencies.
Yeah, that's why they're having this border situation, and all kinds of people are jumping the border, and even saying ISIS T's are making it over there now.
Who?
you
Man,
know?
forget ISIS, man. I'm talking
No,
about
but
real
listen,
enemies, man.
But
They are ISIS.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
just their propaganda.
That's the
We're talking
propaganda.
about Russians, Chinese.
yeah.
We're talking about them guys got submarines that could pull up because
Coast
the
right on your ports,
main cities of America are on the coast.
Mhm. Mhm.
They could launch weapons on them. I remember there was a what's that game?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty game. Remember the one where you had when the Russians were attacking America and there was actually a Russian submarine pulling up over New York, and remember shooting missiles
Oh
into the
shit!
thing.
Yeah, no, I think I remember.
That was a hell. That was a good campaign.
That was a
I remember
simulation. That's a real simulation, though.
the trailer for that.
Yeah, they can do because all them
Yes,
nations
yes.
do have nuclear subs and that off the coast
Yeah.
moving along, man.
Undetectable.
And they could shoot.
Yeah.
They could shoot missiles at targets in America, man.
Well, I remember Sweden were complaining about the Russian submarines that are floating
Yeah,
around because they thought, oh, they're trying to eye us up or whatever.
Yeah.
But they could just easily pop up anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, they can.
You know what I mean? So
Because I think it's only what 20 miles, 24 miles or something outside of your coast. After that's like international waters. And these ballistic missiles, what's 24 miles to? They can fly that at night.
Putin's already said it takes 30 minutes for one
Yeah,
ballistic missile to go from Russia to.
Yeah, they got the
Yes,
hypersonics.
it is.
yeah, the Kinzhal.
So where are you going to run to in
Zir-
30 minutes?
Zircon
They start
missiles and
hitting
all that kind of-
key infrastructure in America, man, with their
It's
missiles.
over, man, it's over. It's going to happen.
Yeah, go on now.
So thou hast said that I should be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
They didn't remember that. And if we read up above, it all ties back into what they did to our people,
I
man.
can read up.
Yeah,
further.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can. You
yeah,
read
that's
that because they like the brother said earlier, they want to marginalize what they done to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and especially the Native American Indians. They'll talk about the Negroes. Oh, slavery, when they're virtue signaling, but they don't really like to talk about what they did to the Native American Indians, man,
Travis,
on a real level, right?
inhumane.
Bro, that already set them on the pathway to destruction
Yeah.
from then, man.
Yeah.
That's what they built that place on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Blood cannot
Blood.
be cleansed.
Yeah.
Blood cannot be cleansed by the blood.
Go
of him
into
that
the
shed
bloody
it.
city, it's all full of lies and
Bury
robbery.
my heart at
Really
Wounded
big.
Knee, man.
Yeah.
The Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
These are what they did, man. That's gonna come back to them.
Because we were speaking about like these coastal towns real quick. This is the Kinzhal, which is a state-of-the-art airborne missile system with hypersonic aeroballistic missiles. Missile has a reported range of between 1,500 and 2,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
So they don't even need to be close.
No, they could pop up, man, and attack and
Yep.
defeat them defenses, and they're hitting targets.
Yeah.
Same way they do on the other side.
Yeah.
The American. That's why man are scared of them. If the American military, they could hit targets. They use their air force and they could destroy your cities, man. But that could happen to America too,
Mhm.
on a conventional level, and then the next level after that, you know what that time that is. That's not even hitting cities. That's just a
Obliteration.
violation of the whole land.
Yeah.
Nukes. Yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
Yes, I'm gonna read up Isaiah 47. I'm gonna read from verse 5 here, right? So sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, but thou shalt no more be called the lady
Hey,
of kingdoms.
Go up one. Go up. Grind the mule. It says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Verse, I'm gonna stop on the top. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne.
Right. Because America's been sitting on a throne as a king over all these nations. It's been well known. They say that the American president is the most powerful man in the world.
Yeah.
And they say that out of ceremony because America's the most powerful nation in the world with the most powerful banking system and the most
Military.
powerful military
yeah.
and the most powerful corporations.
Mhm.
Like the brothers was going into earlier, there's corporations that are bigger than nations.
Yeah.
There's corporations out there who's what's the word, man? Come on, brother. You know what I'm talking about. Who's
Yeah.
GDP or
No,
yeah,
their market share.
they're you know what I'm talking about.
Market cap.
Their market cap.
Yeah.
There's nations out there that don't even have that market cap.
Yeah, no.
I'm pretty sure there's probably corporations America market might be bigger than France. I'll have to double check it.
Isn't
Yeah.
that the whole thing with Nvidia? Because Nvidia is huge right now.
Bro, so imagine you're a little country, you're a little president, right? And you're commanding your country, but then the president of a corporation in another country has more pull, financial clout and power than you. Man's like, who? You're the president of what? Zimbabwe. All right, cool.
Alright.
Well, one second. Let me get
No, but it could be any country. Hey, I don't even want to say Montserrat because there's fucking bathroom stores with more fucking. There's ice cream vans with
More power.
higher GDP than where I'm from, bro. We ain't got no GDP, bro. We don't sell
You're
shit.
like Haiti. Haiti's under the rubble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, go on. I know you
as
both
in-
got stuff.
Alphabet Inc. is 1.88 trillion USD in market cap, and Alphabet being a parent company of Google.
Yeah, I mean, when you
You
get
know
to the
what I mean?
Google
That's
level, that's
Google. That's
definitely
Yeah,
bigger than the majority of these countries in the
yeah,
world.
true.
So if you're the president of Google,
yeah.
the clout you have, they sit you next to some random country, and the man's like, bro,
Yeah. Italy is only a little bit more than that at 2 trillion.
right,
So
there
it's
you go. And that's
pretty much,
Italy.
yeah.
So then when you start talking about some of these other countries,
Yeah.
like Albania or something,
True.
Well, you look at
that shit, they
Microsoft.
might not gonna come
Yeah.
after me now.
Microsoft is 3.1 trillion, so that's
Okay.
higher than Italy.
Wow, yeah, it's
Yeah.
higher, that's higher than France.
And that's
France
just
is
a
2.7.
corporation in America.
Spain is 1.4.
So that's one of the way these
That's why Gates is always flaunting his like
Yeah.
talking his shit.
Yeah.
man's
Yeah, quite
man's presidential when they turn up to these countries.
Yeah.
And man's begging man to set up
Set up
some business in their
Oh, yeah,
country.
yeah. Yeah, because that's why Ireland is the way it is right now. Because Amazon went over there, Google went over there because it's technically a tax haven island, and then they basically are able to get the tax dealings that they
Yeah.
want because they're like, look, we don't build our business here. Thousands of people don't get jobs.
There you go.
Mm.
So that's the power that America. But the scripture's saying they're gonna come down into the dust, meaning they're gonna be kicked off that
Bro,
throne
no, yeah,
and brought down to nothing. Go on, up.
As to sit on the ground, there is no throne or door of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Mm.
Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks.
Now, what does it mean by take the millstone and grind meal? Well, because we're GMS, we got to go into the historical reason behind that. See, if you was a poor man, you had your wife did everything. So she would wake up in the morning and grind meal. But if you had a little bit on you, your wife would have a servant, a woman. She'd grind the fucking wheel. Your wife weren't grinding the meals. You wake up and grind the meal. Or your concubine will wake up and grind the meal. So grinding the meal is basically a lower class woman.
Face job.
Like a princess didn't, you know what I mean? Like didn't wake up in the morning and start grinding meal. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't working. That's why it said, of Babylon, grind the meal. Meaning you're gonna go from being the princess, you're gonna go from that prestigious
To down low.
situation to down bad.
It says, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Right, and that's a form of shame. That's why when you conquer a nation, they will strip you. They will strip you down. Because nowadays, it's so twisted. These stupid bitches be stripping down anyway.
Yeah.
That is just that shows you how fucked up this society is. They, bitches turning up to the Oscars basically wearing nothing, and that's meant to be mean that you're upper class. No, you're lower class. An upper class woman doesn't show off her body like that. That's actually a shameful thing. That's what they did to what was it Cersei?
Oh yeah,
You know,
shame.
for the
Yeah,
street- for the street.
yeah,
For the
yeah,
street,
yeah.
didn't they strip her or some
Yeah,
shit like that?
stripped her,
Yeah,
shame.
Yeah, shame.
Shame.
That's the shame.
Shame.
When a man strip, even if you're a man, you get stripped down.
She goes to the queen.
Hey, that's what they do to you in the they do to you when they put you into the police and the jail. What do they do? Strip you, line you up naked, man.
Mhm.
That's a shameful thing. A man stripping
Strip
you
search.
naked, making you stand there. Even the slaves, they would strip them down and put them on the block naked. You know what I mean? That's a shameful thing when you've been removing your clothes, man.
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna happen to America, man.
Oh, that's what they did with King David's servants, the
Yeah.
Ammonites.
Cut off
Yeah,
half
yeah.
the
Half the
beard.
beard.
Yeah. It's a shameful thing.
It says, verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, the Lord is going to take vengeance on Babylon and America as a whole because of the wicked history. And it's not men that's going to take that vengeance. It's the vengeance of the Lord because he has a bone to pick with all the wickedness that's been going on. But they want to ignore that. That's fine. You can ignore it. That doesn't mean the judgment's not going to come. Go on, huh?
So as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Who read this? That was
Book of Isaiah.
right. Isaiah said when Isaiah said our as for our Redeemer, do you think he was speaking as a human? Do you think that the prophets, if you went to a prophet and said, what do you identify as? What do you represent? He would have said, I'm a human, like it's an alien film. I'm from Earth. I'm a human. When he said we, no, man, he was a nationalist.
Mhm.
All the Israelite prophets were nationalists. So when they said we or our, he was talking about his people. So he said our Redeemer, which is who? Yahweh Shai. Beginning with the Most High, but Yahweh Shai is the execution of the redemption. He's the Redeemer.
What's the word you like? The Gaal.
The Gaal, the kinsman Redeemer. He wasn't talking about our as in, oh, our, because I'm a human and he's a Redeemer
All
of all
humanity.
mankind.
Because
Nah.
what about Babylon here?
Ain't getting redeemed for nobody.
You know?
Funny because even in that movie with Keanu Reeves, he was playing an angel, basically, the earth.
It's
He
still, yeah.
was
I watched
playing
the
an
other night,
angel that
actually.
got possessed. Yeah, came on, innit?
Yeah.
And
No,
he said, take me to your leaders and all that. Like he ain't coming to negotiate. The Lord ain't coming to negotiate with you. He's coming to bring that judgment. And there's no way you can turn back the hands of time. You're fucked, man, because you've done the damage. Now, you have to do the. You pissed off everyone. You pissed on the world. Now you're gonna get pissed on, innit, by the Lord, man. Not literally, but you know. Lord gonna
the more R. Kelly things there.
Lord gonna blow your ass up with that nuclear.
I'm going for strike free.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, this place is done, man. There's nothing. When you got a celeb in the Oval Office making, trying to make it, you got a guy like Trump. He's a celebrity, man. He's a businessman.
Yep.
That guy ain't no politician, man.
Yep.
What the hell do you know about politics, man?
Look at you got fucking Zelensky in the other fucking
You know what I'm
office.
saying?
He's
He's
a
a
crazy.
joke,
He's a
man.
fucking, he's like, what the fuck? He's a comedian or
Miles
some
of-
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, J-double-O.
Yeah.
He do look like not Kissinger, the other one, Soros.
Oh right,
Soros' cousin, bro.
Yeah, them men are all related.
I see that.
Like count from Sesame Street.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Wait.
This is verse 5. So sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand.
Right, that's who's that talking about? The Israelites. We were given into the hand of the Edomites in America, man. And under his hand, it's terrible, man. We just mutated, man, into something that is horrible to behold, man.
Unrecognizable.
Horrible to behold, man. Like, and you don't even realize it because obviously we're here in the UK, so we know about level 10 yardies and ghettoism, yeah. But you know what, man? I ain't gonna lie to you. That ghettoism that's in America, that deep rooted, that when you see the purity of ghettoism, the ignorance of it, bro, that's different level.
No, 100%.
There ain't no one in, like, even if there's a couple people like that in the UK somewhere in South,
Yeah.
like,
Beckham. South of the river. South of the river.
there might be some real level 10 yardie
I've seen it.
somewhere. Everyone's met a level 10 yardie. That level 10, that highest level of ignorance and ghettoism. But that American is like, it's bad. It's not,
bad.
and it's not a small amount. It's a massive amount.
Yo,
So you understand when people are saying, they can't even speak, even the things that's coming out their mouth, all the women are just swearing and talking about fucking and sucking in front of their kids, and it's just like, yo, this shit is like,
when,
Degenerates.
Pray,
Degenerate.
man. Pray.
I ain't never grow up with no, listen, bro, my family ain't like that. I've never seen some shit
real
like this
shit.
in my life.
When
This is crazy.
Scripture says the people become as dross, man.
Yo,
You're gonna melt them
it's
niggas.
bad, man.
downtown Chicago, like when that Chief Keef shit started coming out,
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
bro,
Don't
they-
speak
they
English,
all-
man.
They all just
It
sat
just
in the
sounds
yard
like sound.
topless with fucking AKs out and
Just chatting shit, man.
Yeah, they just talk shit. They don't even make speak English
Like
properly. That's
real mutants, man,
Yeah.
in real life, man. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
They need death, man.
Yeah. So one of those YouTube guys pointed out how Eve fucking uses twerking as punctuation.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy. Whoa.
like they'll be just walking, and it's like, and then they'll just twerk
All of
for
a
no
sudden,
reason.
yeah.
Like, and like,
The ghetto is a wild place. It is extremely wild.
Yo.
Like, but I suppose you got to go there
To see it.
to see it, to
It's
really
become
understand.
like a zoo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
mad.
yeah,
It's mad. That's why sometimes you're on World Star Hip Hop and you
Oh,
can't
that's
believe
exciting.
what you're watching.
Yeah.
But some of that stuff is just a glimpse
Everyday
into
life.
everyday life in some of them places. There's really people like that. Whereas for us watching it, we're like, yo, that's like, cause let's be real. Like, come on. Even in Barking, it ain't that bad. Like, there's some demons there, but
It's not as bad.
that's next
Yeah.
level shit going on there.
Yeah.
But it's getting close though. More and more over time, it's catching up.
Yeah, every time Potter Paper releases an album, like Barking gets a bit more excited.
Yeah, man. America's not been good for our people at all, man. It's not been good. They degenerated our people.
Very destructive. Yeah.
Nah,
Very
fuck.
destructive.
It was fucked.
Can't, yeah.
It's a book of Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduce them.
So
Yeah,
we was
man.
given the right way. We was given the Lord's statutes and commandments. That made us better than the other nations.
Yeah.
You know? But what happened? We went off into to deal with these other nations and adopt their ways, man.
Yeah.
And it just made us fucking bad. It made us bad apples, man.
Foul,
You know?
Okay,
Rotten.
foul. And now, like, you look, it's dead bones, man.
Mhm.
Dead bodies, man. And this is a miracle that the Lord is going to have an elect come out of all of that. Because it's bad, man.
Yeah.
That, I don't even go on World Star Hip Hop like that. But
Nah, never.
sometimes when I do come across that shit, I'm just like, yo, where is this place? Where is it?
But that's why you all you these mainstreamers, you
Alternative
got the,
dimension.
like we was talking about earlier, the Kaisenuts, like their behavior, the way they act,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
shows you that how America is,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
like how
Got
stupid
some
and
real quick.
depraved, like how
Mm.
degenerate, even the Generation Z or whatever they call them. That
Yeah.
this
With the
generation,
purple,
yeah,
with the
they're
purple
gone, bro.
dreads and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these niggas are gone, man. That generation
Yeah,
of
that's
Kaisenut and all that, they need destruction, man. Their morals
They
are
need it,
totally
yeah.
fucked up, bro. They're
Yeah.
corrupted in the brain.
What they
Bro.
perpetrating? I remember
They're
they had
done.
a T.I. son with him,
Yeah,
and his
T.I.
son
You
was
talk about
and
T.I.
his son,
earlier. T.I. about private school. T.I.'s son, the one with the yellow
yeah. I don't know what happened to
twiggers
him.
in his head.
bro.
He's gone,
He's
bro.
a crack baby.
Yeah, a little crack baby, man.
He's talking to his dad, and he's like, "Look, nigga, I'm
Oh,
telling you,
shit.
yeah."
Well, he said it to you that he's like, you don't love me and all that. Like, he was all
I can see
crying and
why
all
that
that.
nigga weird.
He looked like an alien, bro, for real. That generation there, they need death. 'Cause they're bugged the fuck out.
Like Magic Jordan, not Magic Jordan, he's Magic Jordan.
Dwayne
no,
Wade's son,
Magic
all
no,
these people.
Oh yeah, Dwayne
Johnson.
Wade.
Yeah,
Magic-
no,
Magic
is it
Johnson.
Dwayne Wade's son?
Dwayne Wade as
Which one?
well.
Which
Yeah,
one?
The
Dwayne
one
Wade
with
as well.
the
They're
Magic
all gay.
Johnson, Magic
Yeah,
Johnson.
Yeah, they're all gay.
They all
Yeah,
turned
it's
into
his son, isn't it?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
ones. Like, but they're meant to be upper class,
Yeah.
you know,
Don't
so-called
know.
black people,
And
innit?
your
But
da- and the
they're
thing is,
children
why would
destroyed,
you
man.
be gay like that? Shows you he sold his soul, man. Because
Yeah.
when your dad's a raw brer,
Yeah.
you copy your dad.
Exactly.
Every
Look
son,
up to it.
every
Yeah.
son copies your dad, innit?
Mm.
And when you got other man copying you, that's not your son.
Yeah.
How much more should your son copy you?
Yeah.
Like if you imagine your son is like your dad is like fucking
Yeah.
Mike Tyson. You telling me you ain't gonna be watching his videos? That's why you see
Yeah.
their sons always end up trying to do what they do.
Mhm. What,
Like
Even one of
Eubank's
his
son,
sons is a
yeah,
trans.
Yeah.
Thingy's grandson, Mayweather's grandson.
yeah, they all
Yeah,
you
little
see him like,
baby,
trying to
yeah.
copy. You always when I was younger, I wanted to be a mechanic because my dad was a
Mm.
mechanic. You know what I mean? Like you want to copy your
Yeah.
dad,
Like
innit?
father, like son.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he turned
Yeah.
out to be a
Yeah.
straight up flamer wearing high heels,
Yeah.
blood. How did that happen?
Fucking Teletubby, bro.
Even
that's
one of Mike's sons is a trans.
That's because he was probably
Yeah.
handing out. I think I heard something one time about some man coming to visit the house and they used to go in the bedroom
Damn.
with man or something. He had some weird shit probably happened up in there, man.
Man.
Because it don't make sense that you're an athlete like that and then your son doesn't want to be like even Dwayne Wade. Like only
Yeah.
one of his sons plays ball,
Mm.
but then that
Others.
just that one son wants to be a girl. But your dad's elite level athlete.
That's a
Yeah,
sacrifice.
something funny's
sacrifice.
happened
That's a
there, man.
sacrifice. someone.
Something don't make
Yeah.
sense. No
You've got to
son
keep it up.
is gonna become the opposite of what his dad is, man. That makes no sense. Because you look up to your dad. It's a standard
Exactly.
move.
It's a hero.
Because that's why you've had generation of knowledge of so and so and sons.
Yeah.
Because you would pass that
Something
on to
and
your
Of
son.
course.
Your son will pick up what
Like
you're
your dad,
doing.
you see your dad dunking, and you ain't gonna want to grow up and
Yeah, yeah.
could they go to the? Come on,
Be
your
like
dad
Mike.
doing breaking. You know what I mean? Like, come on. But you want to wear high heels now?
True.
Nah, that don't add up to me.
Mm.
That don't add up to me at all. That means there's some rituals going on there.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's keep it going.
I got Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I had planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Yeah, our people all over the world, man. It's not just America. All over the world, it's mad degeneracy,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Right? But again, America has got a big part to play in the degeneracy of our people
Yeah.
because of the influence and Esau and how he run
Yeah,
rituals on our people, man.
That's that fornication in that cup.
Because he don't help. Oh, the one thing that giveth unto his neighbor strong drink.
Yeah, Habakkuk.
Yeah.
Because he gives our people strong drink, and our people drink it and become drunken, man.
Yeah. Like,
Babylonian.
And each generation, you can see they're a product of the psychological operation, man.
And this is
Like-
why, you know, Jay ended up doing more and worse than fucking Esau even does, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, like a guy that can't handle his drink, he gets fucked up, innit?
Mm.
But a seasoned guy that drinks his drink,
They
like,
did-
Esau's been in the wickedness for time, innit?
You know,
He's seasoned. But Jay get on the juice now, they get all fucked up by it, man. They're doing mad crazy shit, bro.
They did a study, right? And they worked because you got Negroes that grew up in Germany.
Mm.
Because obviously their dads were soldiers or whatever, and they grew up in Germany, and they did
Okay.
a study and compared them to the Negro in America.
The West.
And then the Negroes in Germany are growing up, going to school, getting their shit, just normal human beings. They're not involved in
Yeah.
gangsterism and none of that shit.
Mm.
And then basically they found out, well, the main difference is the culture.
Mm.
It's what they absorb.
Yeah.
In Germany, they're not exposed to the young man, you know, Tupac, you know, they ain't listening to Tupac and all that shit.
Ghetto gospel.
Yeah.
So your culture, and like we said earlier, the media that you consume from a child
Cultivate.
is a lot about what you think of who you are and what
Yeah.
you're meant to be and what you become. Because you could get a Jake that grows up in a different place, they're exposed to different things, and they're generally just
Yeah.
different people.
Yeah.
Was it nature and nurture, innit? Nurture.
Nature and nurture.
It's just like that coming to America film, innit?
Mm.
You know, when Eddie and you know came to America and he saw what was going on, you know, the language and all that. Oh, you cool? What does fuck bitch mean? You know, the language and how people were responding. It's something new to him. It's like, you know, we were raised like this.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
were raised
yeah,
on
yeah.
culture, cultivating.
Oh, there's a lot. There's
culture.
a lot of that times when that happens where people move from like they bring their children here to the UK from some
Yeah.
random country, and where they come from, they're not even into crime and that.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah,
come
yeah.
here and they use them, pick up all
And
this
then it's
fucking
over.
grime,
Yeah.
and they pick
That's
up
what-
the
that's-
culture.
That's what my man Young Spray said. He was an A-star student when he was on the island.
Mhm.
Where was he from? Grenada, one of them islands.
Small island, yeah.
Yeah. Montserrat, something like
Young Space from Montserrat.
not
You,
Montserrat.
no,
no,
he got Grenada. One of the two.
Yeah,
He's
don't
from-
do that,
What
man.
was that? Red and green. Is that?
That's almost all of them.
Yeah, let's just say Grenada. Yeah. But he said when he was
Red
an island, he was
Bull,
like an A-star student. He used to get all kind of A's and B's. But when he came over to London when he's young and all that, he's 7, 8 years.
Got affected
Oh,
by
then
the
he got,
culture.
he started being a nigga. Turned
Yeah,
into a
yeah,
nigga.
because that nigga culture is
Strong.
it's strong.
Yeah.
You know, it's America, the Jamaican ghetto, and Britain. Those are the three places that produce the nigga culture, man.
Yeah.
And niggas come and they get
Agreed.
involved in that, and they listen to the music and to the media, and they start
over.
thinking about being a thug.
So,
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Even on like the west coast of Africa, like a lot of that now, like they've transported the American culture there. Like in the winter, you get a lot of Americans that fly down there. Then they have like those, and then the most popular culture there is that American culture. Like you get all sorts of hip hop artists flying down there doing shows that corrupts the essence of the people. That you go like. Last time I was down there, I see
Yeah.
all
well,
changes.
Nigerians look up to
Well, you-
Nigerians look up to Americans. That's why.
Even things like fucking putting McDonald's in your fucking neighborhood and
Yeah,
shit like that.
yeah.
It's just fucking
Over.
It changes your values, values, man. But yeah, like I said, they did the study, and them niggas that grew up in, they were African Americans, but they grew up in Germany.
Yeah.
They didn't have none of that. They weren't into like
No niggas.
gangs, drugs, nothing. Them niggas are just normal, functional human
I
beings.
say it's fairly mostly recent. It's not even like a long history of us being like fucking thugs and shit. You know what I mean? It's not really
Yeah.
that,
But
that
what's
big.
But when you're listening to Dr. Dre, the Chronic, like,
It's like it's always been this way.
and you know what I'm saying, and the
Smoking
man's telling
weed.
you they're glorifying certain things in your mind as a young man, you know, and then you're thinking, okay, this is what I need to, this is who I am, that's my identity, and they know that. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you stay away from all that garbage, that's why we say America has had a massive impact, man, on our people. That's we're reading it, and that's why it's gonna be destroyed.
It's good to say this place is not our rest, man. You know, it should show you destroy you, man. It's corrupt.
Get rich or die trying, all that bullshit, man. When niggas should have just been a carpenter.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know
like,
what I mean?
like,
Niggas should have just been an electrician. Why
Yeah.
you do lyrics about that?
Yeah.
Just be an electrician or be a carpenter.
The red
Yeah.
man, the
There's a
green man.
shortage.
Yeah.
What about
Me too.
coding?
Yeah.
Me, you know, the other nations were telling their kids,
Yeah.
get into coding.
Mhm.
And now they're making like 200 grand a year, and they ain't got a suck a dick here. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, what was Jake being told all that time when the IT was coming in?
Yeah.
Sell crack. Well, why are you telling man to sell crack for? Tell man to learn to code.
Because we speak about all the time, a junior with no experience in America can make $100,000 writing software.
crazy.
100,000 with no experience. So that means when you get into the realms of like you're a superstar, a large company, you're raking in $1 million a year. Nerds making $1 million a year just because they learn.
Yeah, but that ain't cool. That's not cool because the music doesn't make it cool.
Yeah.
So then, even all these Jakes, what you find with Jake as well, even the Jake that do go down these avenues feel inadequate. and they always try and hold on to the gangsterism
What is it?
because they feel like you ain't nobody unless you're a gangster
You could be doing anything in the world, right? But the coolest occupation on the earth is a fucking rapper.
or gangster.
That's what
yeah,
it's been made to feel like, isn't it?
yeah, it's
The
it's
coolest
stupid,
occupation to have is to become a rapper, be
which
a
is
fucking drug
bullshit. At the
slinger,
end of
you
the
know?
day, it's all about being a
Mhm.
man and doing something righteous to a degree and making your money, man. So if you're bringing in 200K being a coder, you're taking care of your business. Why should you be Why should you feel less of a man because you're not been in and out of jail or you're not on the block?
Yeah.
That doesn't make you less of a man, but that's what the
Hollywood.
music is teaching you, that you ain't no man, you're a lesser man because you're not involved in foolishness.
And a big part of that is that Esau went to that serpent and Eve, man, because that's one of the things. Eve, oh, you a nerd,
Yeah.
or you this, or you that, and then Jake thinks that they're gonna be this other image. There was
Yeah,
a time
he's
even I
hyper.
thought I tried
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
hard.
He's
Yeah.
hyper alpha males, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's part of it too. That's
Toxic
part
alpha
of it too.
That's it.
Because the music is teaching you. Yep, that's the type of man that you need to
Women
be
want.
from
Yeah,
all
yeah,
sides.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is who men respect, and
Yeah.
this is who women want.
Yeah.
And they're programming you that way.
You need a fucking Tobin dick, you need a fucking biceps fucking
yeah,
days,
yeah,
all this shit.
Nah, blood,
You
you
know,
could work out. You could be a coder and work out.
10 foot tall.
But why can't you be a coder and go gym? You know what I mean? And get your conceal and carry and put these niggas down. Yeah, go on, go on.
We got anything there? Jeremiah 4:22.
Hey, that's why this truth helps you to escape that programming. Because
Mm.
we don't, you
Matrix,
grow.
the
Everyone grows up with that thing.
Yeah.
If you grew up in this world, there's a little ego inside of you that's leaning towards being a gangster. It's just true.
That old man.
That old man. But you have to start moving away from that and realizing that just be a man. It's enough to be a man and a man of integrity.
Mm.
And then you be strong and do your workout and all that. But you don't have to fit that thug, that thug stereotype, man. It's not something that's necessary. And as a young man, a lot of men fall victim to thinking that's the only identity you can have to be somebody or to be of any worth.
That's the Matrix for you, man.
And then they'll give up on all opportunities to do anything else different because they don't rate it. That's why I don't like you niggas in London going on the damn podcast, crying. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like, man. It's hard for us. Sometimes no, bro. You had free schooling. You had free schooling and
Free lunch,
programs. Don't fucking lie.
Free healthcare and all of that.
Yeah, the reason you were on the block,
yeah.
if you live in London, the reason you're on the block doing foolishness is because you think it's cool. You don't have to be on the block because guess what? Your mom's giving you dinner.
Oh.
Don't act like that. Most of you got dinner. You had parents at home.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
of them grew up in good homes.
Yeah.
Most of them didn't weren't raised in
Yeah.
broken homes. Most of them were raised in good homes.
Niggas acting like they're in Caracas starving
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Nigga, you in London, you get free schooling.
Yeah.
The school will give you a free laptop.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm lying.
Yeah.
The school will give
I
you a
remember
free laptop.
EMA, you remember
Yeah,
that?
they give you
The
no money,
library,
bro.
I went into the library the other day. Library's empty, bro. The library's free. There's all kind of books in the library, free computers, free internet. Yeah, don't give me no bullshit about you never had no opportunity, bro. Niggas that's on the street in London. It's like they watch rap videos
That's it.
and they got cousins
They get
that's on the
influenced,
roads
yeah.
and all this stuff, and they think it's cool. That's the reason you're on the roads. Yeah, that's the reason you got shanked up. It ain't because there weren't no opportunities. Oh, you don't know how hard. We know because we all come from the same ends as you dickhead.
But there's loads of apprenticeships for 16 to 24-year-olds.
Your parents are joking.
And that.
Bro, there's I didn't even know. Man told me about a thing called lagging, where you put the I believe that's the insulation on pipes. Bro, that's man are pulling in 200 plus a day base rate if you know how to lag. And that's something you can get into from 16 years old.
Yeah.
Go do your lagging, and you're talking about. And then once you learn how to do it properly, you pull in your brethrens, and you're the one bringing in the contract.
Yep.
Scaffolding is big money.
Yeah.
Them scaffolders that know that once you get, bro, all that stuff is
Making money.
good fucking money, man.
I knew one guy he did an apprenticeship and he got into like electricians or something like that, or gas or whatever it was. By like 25, he was pushing the range legally and had his own yard.
And you ain't got no one trying to shank you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no one trying to shank you. You ain't got to go to the bins.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And you could just not be involved in
You
foolishness.
have your friends at work, or your friends on the road.
Yeah.
Keep you out of trouble.
But none of the media talks about those
Nah,
avenues.
yeah.
It's all about
It doesn't fit the
Fredo,
criteria.
and all these dudes and
They
Back
got
to the
Lions.
battle
bullshit.
rappers,
And
yeah.
yeah, it's all the
Yeah.
same bullshit. I'm tired of it, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I think all that shit's played out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Even
played
the,
out.
when they make UK movies, it's always about like roads and always about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man,
You
I'm
never see,
tired of it.
All the only
Top
you never
boys
see a hitch or nothing.
Which most man in the ends ain't roadman. So why is that so? Why is the gangster or thug element
It's the only
so
thing.
overarching?
Yeah.
When you
They
really
made-
bring it, how many men are in a gang? Every man ain't in a gang. So
Right.
why is it everything's about gangs?
That's the kid hood, another hood,
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
man.
hood, brotherhood.
It's boring.
Okay.
It's boring now. Let's get over that. Let's put all that gangsterism to bed.
But it's Esau that's doing that.
It's
He don't
Esau
wanna-
pushing it.
He doesn't want to make Jake elevate in no way. He wants to
Yeah.
keep Jake docile and keep us in that dumbed down state.
crabs in
Ignorant. That's why he
crabs in the
pushes
barrel, innit? It was
And then he
fight.
pays off all these young artists, gives them all
Mhm.
kinds of money.
So
throws them at him.
even when you're not a gangster, you want to be one.
Yeah.
You want to act
Because-
like one. So when the
because,
police see you and you dress like one, you get shot now. They
Yeah,
can't tell the
yeah,
difference
yeah,
because
yeah.
everybody wants to dress like them. They want to act like them. They
Body
want to
that-
talk like them.
Yeah. Even America made the Pooh Shiesty culture like popular, like the balaclava.
Right,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
what's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Like
244.
yeah, man, they popularized that hard. Like now you got a whole the whole generation. You got bunches of them just out there with fucking balaclavas on, claiming
Yeah,
that they're
yeah,
using
yeah.
it for war.
Tattoos,
Yeah.
all this stuff.
It's fucked, man.
Yeah, it's bullshit, man. But again, that's part of it that Esau pushed that foolishness on our people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
we're more than that. We're better than that, 100%.
So,
Definitely.
Buying
Yeah,
it. I'm saying there are people buying it.
Yeah, our people
Yeah,
buy
bought it.
into it, man. They
Yeah.
don't realize like the
Top
whole
line
thing.
single.
yeah,
The last 20 years has been really pushing
yeah,
the slutty whore
and it's always
bullshit.
feminist
Esau.
bullshit, man. It's like, bro, like what the fuck's going on out here, man? Why would you push something like that? That nobody wants that to be their mother, and nobody wants that to be their wife or the mother of their children.
Yeah.
So why is that being pushed so heavily?
Small hat.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Vlad
City
TV,
girls,
like
yeah.
yeah, Vlad
Yeah,
TV.
yeah,
He brought on the game as well. He's another flamer as well, and he was on there talking about like I know I'm a multi-millionaire, but if a nigga try me, I'm gonna go right back to how like, like
Yeah, right. Back to
That's an idiot.
Back
That's an
back
idiot,
to
you know?
stripper pole.
But it's all show anyway, bro.
There used to be a male stripper, innit?
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep it
Yeah,
up.
he was
Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish.
That's it.
They have not known me.
Mm.
They are Sot's children, and they have none understanding.
Right, we're foolish. The law, statutes, and commandments, and the culture that the Lord gave us in the scripture is a culture of productivity and a positivity,
Yeah.
which gets you the results that a man actually wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the results that you actually want. So once you keep the laws, right, and you follow after the culture which is in the scriptures,
Mm.
you're gonna get the brotherhood. You're gonna get the family. You're gonna get the strong children. You're not gonna get all the problems that come with the self-destructive lifestyles
Yeah.
that this society tries to push.
You can get generational wealth.
You could get
Look at
generational wealth.
Abraham. Abraham had generational
Yeah.
wealth, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why he gave it on to Lot. I mean, was it split with Lot? Gave him a certain amount of portion of cattle and all
Lord
that. So he can
blessed
do.
him.
Yeah.
Jacob, the same thing with Uncle
And he
Laban
didn't have
and all
to
that.
sell crack.
He didn't have to sell crack. He didn't have to sell his booty
Yeah.
like Diddy and all that. Imagine man them selling their
pimp.
booty.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a pimp, you know.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
That's a
You don't
big
have to do
thing.
that.
Jacob bigging up the pimps.
Yeah.
Jacob, and a pimp is a low life, man. You're taking the
Stop.
women of your own nation and
Yeah,
whoring them
take
out
advantage
to
of them,
everyone.
Whoremonger.
Come on, man.
Getting hooked on crack.
That's a
and shit.
low life, and pimps are masters at basically finding them
Vulnerable.
they're basically they're just like the gangs. The gangs find vulnerable young
Yeah.
men that they
Yeah.
can influence, and pimps find the women,
Yeah. And do you know what?
turn them out.
At least allegedly here in London, what the prostitutes would then do is then like get the clients hooked on drugs.
Yeah.
So it's like a double
Yeah,
whammy
yeah,
of
yeah,
like
They can't- they don't
okay,
want to leave. They
yeah,
can't leave.
Yeah,
They're
but
dependent.
yeah, they're dependent, and then
Traps,
then the customers constantly coming back.
Yeah,
So he's getting the customers on the
bro,
box
low
and
life
the
shit.
drugs.
Yeah.
Nah,
Make
you
money.
you don't want that kind of low life shit around because all that the whole
Yeah.
black culture that is pushed to do with gangsterism is a net negative.
Mm.
When you add it all up, when you add all the money you supposedly make, and then you minus the money you're gonna lose, the death, the destruction, the destroyed
More
families,
damage than
it's
good.
doing more damage.
Yeah.
Whereas if you keep it righteous, the farming and the productivity, it's all positive.
Yeah.
It grows. It can carry on.
Is that
If I could say, well, even the men of the Bible were righteous, but and gentle when they needed to be, but they could still
And
twist
they
a man
still
up.
was on
And they could still
badness
twist a
too.
man up if they
yeah,
needed
like
to.
It
Abraham.
still was
Like
on
Abraham.
badness.
Abraham. I've got another
David,
example. Abraham
Abraham, I was on badness,
he went to war for a little.
but it was in righteousness.
Yeah.
So that shows you being a good man doesn't mean you're a weak
Yeah,
man.
Doesn't mean
David-
you're
But you see, this society teaches you if you're a good man, you're weak,
Yeah.
and if you're a bad man, that's what makes
You're
you
strong.
strong.
Yeah.
But it's not. That's not the truth. That, again, they're putting people in boxes.
Yeah.
But trust me, David wouldn't be selling no drugs,
Yeah.
but he'll chop a drug dealer up clean.
He was
Yeah.
playing a
He's
harp,
righteous.
and you tell Jake to play a harp now, he'll look at you like,
Yeah.
Musician.
Bro.
and a
A
woman.
man
that
of oh, a
and a
man of
woman-
learning too, because they
Yeah.
make Jake reject knowledge and
Oh,
reject proper
being
learning.
smart is weak and all that.
Slut, because I had that with my little cousin. He came over, and this goes to show you how pervasive the Edomite way is, because he lives out there in Zimbabwe, right? Boarding school nonetheless, but he thinks he's a bad boy. Like, I was with him, he's trying to act dumb and this, that, and I was like, bro, we champion knowledge around here, but we ain't no idiots.
Yeah, yeah.
Boarding school boy trying to be bad. It's like, bro,
Even
chill.
King David, a woman adored King David.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
a numbskull.
yeah,
He
Man
wasn't
was
a dummy.
a musician, a poet, you know.
Women was
yeah, all
chasing
these
after
things, man.
David, man. They
But
loved
the
him.
warrior
He's a mighty
scholar.
man. Yeah.
Because a gangster ain't a warrior, man. It's just a low life, and there's a difference.
Yeah. What's
There's
that
a
saying
difference.
about like if your strong men ain't wise or something like that? Because Esau will try to say like, oh, your warriors shouldn't like be politician or be such. I forget it. I'll look
Yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. I think I know. I've heard the
Yeah.
one you're talking about. Yeah, why can't you be both?
Yeah,
But you
even
see,
David sung songs, man.
There's plenty. Listen, let me tell you one thing that's the truth. Yeah, and this is what they don't
Yeah,
show
they
you.
do that.
There's a lot of men out there, yeah, that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
got
that's-
they're more warrior than any of these
Bad
niggas
man.
on the street.
yeah, no, fair.
They just don't choose to do the foolishness that these men are doing, and they conceal carrying too, and they got their strap here. And if you
Yeah.
really fuck with them, they'll put you
That's when
down.
they test you,
But they're not gonna go around acting like a wild animal, and that's not what
No,
life
either.
is about.
yeah.
That- You know?
That saying, that old school saying, killers move in silence.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do
Yeah,
all
you
that
gotta
all
do
that
that.
foolishness, man.
That proves something.
That rah business
Yeah.
and out here for what reason, man?
Mm.
Niggas is running each other's down on the streets of London with Rambo knives. You know, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I see the video he put out the
On
other
the
day.
train.
The guy on the train.
on the
On the train, man.
I heard apparently it was a woman that he was doing that to
Oh,
as well.
so-
man.
so-
Niggas on the train. bro.
That was at 19 years old, bro.
And he's finished. The
He's
thing
done.
again, another. He's just gonna go bail marshal. Where is? He's gonna do 30 years because you know he's getting an IPP.
Yeah,
100% he's getting an IPP,
coming out.
and he ain't ever coming out ever. And he gonna be in there on the spice, losing his brain.
Mm.
And in about 10 years, no, not even that. About 5 years ago, man, I shouldn't have done that, man. You know, man, fuck off, man.
Wait, him take
You
5 years.
idiot, man.
The guy looks like a
Threw away
demon, though.
his-
You see
threw away
him
his
on
life for nothing.
Threw away his life, man. Another nigga gone. But good riddance. I'm glad they're gonna put him in
Yeah,
for
oh,
30
yeah.
years. Let's carry on.
I've got
with the
that saying.
Okay, go on.
So the society that separates its scholars from its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting by fools.
Exactly that. So a strong man doesn't have to be a dumb man or
Exactly.
other way round.
Yep.
Really, you want to be well rounded, and you might lean one way or the other. But that's what it should be. And then there's gonna be brothers, and that's how we was in the ancient world. There was always gonna be brothers that were just mighty men.
Mm.
Because it's still like that now. If you look at sports, is a what's it called? It's a lamp into warfare because all sport is simulated warfare. And just like in war, there are just going to be guys that are built for it.
Yeah.
There's going to be that guy in the
Top warriors,
village
top
that
warriors.
everyone
Yeah.
knows. Yo, that guy is a real don. He's
Yeah, it's gonna be LeBron's and all.
super fast. Man's got cat-like reflexes.
Mm,
The man's
mm,
built
mm,
to chop
mm.
people into pieces, and then you get that guy over there that maybe not so.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then there's always something else to do.
Mm, mm.
But everyone finds their place and their balance, and we work together
Yeah.
to make it productive.
Mm.
You don't have to be all the way one way or all the way the other. You find
That's
your place and your position, man. You know, you got the mighty men of David. Everybody weren't like them David mighty men, but they were man.
But don't mean they couldn't pick up a sword,
It
though.
doesn't mean they couldn't do something.
Yeah, man,
but then
the archers and
there's other things. That's why those men were they were David's private army. Because a king has to have his man that's always with him, that's ready to do business.
Yeah.
And you go do the farming, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you have a functional people, man. But we're not functional.
Dysfunction.
We're not functional at all because we're not meant to be dysfunctional in this world. We're a completely dysfunctional people.
Yeah.
We couldn't ever have a nation by ourselves. We just implode straight away. Just completely implode. Cause niggas is looking up to Jay-Z and Wow and Pookie,
Jay-Z and Diddy.
Stookie Williams and there's just dudes that are just there to just destroy it.
Mhm.
Anyway, go on now. And then the men of reason, man don't
Get
rate
pushed
them.
down. Yeah.
Just come on.
They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
That's it. They only know how to be self-destructive, and they'll come up with ever more sophisticated ways to
Mm.
destroy themselves.
Yeah.
But when it comes to coming up with a way to actually uplift themselves, they won't have no idea how to do that.
Mm.
They'll reject it. Oh, that's boring. That ain't the way forward.
Mm.
That's why there needs to be a reset.
New heaven.
Back in Isaiah 47,
Yeah.
verse 8 says, "Therefore hear now this,
Oh shit.
thou that are given to
Right.
pleasures."
So I mean,
New
everybody
start.
ain't built for it, bro. Man's footwork.
Man's
Was,
just left him
man's
behind.
footwork was, you know.
Man just leaving him.
Man did a little back pedal, and it was over for man. You know.
Just leaving man for
Through.
dead as well.
That's it. Thrust through to the ground.
There's always something happening with these youths. This
Yeah.
part,
Yeah.
something's always collapsing.
"Therefore hear now this, thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly."
Oh, given to pleasures. American society now is all about escapism through pleasures.
Well, for his set in great dignity.
Yeah.
Find
Well,
it out.
folly is wickedness.
Yeah.
It's not
Well, they take
the
pleasure in
actual,
wickedness, innit?
yeah, the actual definition of folly isn't entertainment.
Right.
Folly, the actual word folly means wickedness, right? But if you look at American society and culture, it's extremely geared towards entertainment, or
Distractions.
or distraction, or really escapism.
Yeah, escape.
Because obviously, listen, let's be honest, right?
Bread and
Any
circles.
society is going to have an element of entertainment. To
Mm.
think that you're not going to have a little song or a little dance or a little thing like that, or you're going to have a drink like some alcohol, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that.
nothing.
When the alcohol becomes escapism, when the entertainment becomes a way for you to escape your life, toxic. That's when it all goes wrong. That's when you become an alcoholic. That's when you become a drug addict. That's when you become obese because you're using food as an escape. I'm eating and it's making me feel good,
Mm.
and I normally just feel so bad that I need to just keep eating to feel good.
Yeah.
Your life is not supposed to be so terrible that you have all these vices
Yeah.
to escape the terribleness of your life.
Comes like an opioid or something.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Man, so people are going out getting drunk. Sex, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Sex
the
is
sexual life.
man are just chasing down sex because obviously sex feels good. It's a pleasure,
Mm.
but it's an escapism too.
Mm.
Because when you're banging, like everything's feel.
Yeah. Now when I come in with virtual
Every
Yo,
reality,
all your problems go away, right?
Until
All
you
your
bust-
problems,
until you bust
Yeah.
that nut.
all your problems go away till you
Yeah,
bust that.
yeah,
nut.
that clarity.
And then all the
That
problems
comes
go away.
out.
But isn't it true?
yeah,
Yeah.
Isn't it true?
Hope
That's
not.
why a lot of men, all they do is every day is a chasing
Punani,
down
yeah.
punani.
Yeah,
Show me a man that's always chasing down punani. That's his vice.
Mm.
Anything you're doing that much where it takes you over, that's a vice. That's an escapism,
Yes.
especially when it's a form of pleasure.
Yeah.
So you go to work, and then as soon as you leave work, pussy, or weed, or alcohol, or PS4. It's all based around you escaping
That's fucked.
your life, and there's nowhere is that the case for America. You go most other places in the world, they're not into the escapism. That
Nah.
they have little fun and games now and then, but they're very base level. They can sit down and just talk
Yeah.
and just chat, and man might have a little mango and
Yeah.
man bust a little joke, but everything's just kept to a level. Oh, back to work. We're gonna do some
Yeah,
work
yeah,
now.
They're
balance,
stuck in their
balance.
phones and all that.
There's a balance.
Yeah.
In America, it's like
Stuck on your phone.
certain man will lock themselves in a room with their PS4, don't see their kids, don't do nothing,
Yeah,
just
they've got a VR headset on.
VR headset.
Yeah.
or man just in the
Demons.
bar drinking
Demons,
until
yeah.
they're so drunk,
That's
and then
it.
they wake up and then drink some more. Or
Demons.
it's cocaine. Why you smoke? Why you taking so much cocaine? It's escapism.
That's-
You need
yeah.
something to get you out of your life.
They call it the buzz, innit?
The buzz.
The buzz, yeah.
And they're always chasing the buzz.
America,
Now it's the
buzz.
social media buzz.
Yeah.
The likes, because your
Allow
life's
them
so
to-
dead, you just need likes. Likes. And that
And-
dopamine hit.
Mhm.
You're just chasing the
Mhm.
dopamine hit.
Mhm.
Escapism. That is the American way. So when you see the given onto pleasures, the American lifestyle is all about pleasure,
Yeah.
constant pleasure, because the reality is your life is empty.
But wow, man.
Nothing fulfilling about it.
There's nothing fulfilling about it.
Right.
That's why hoes are always out there trying to have fun, jumping
Mhm.
from one dick to another, and then no dick is gonna fill the hole that's within them.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
happy.
Mhm.
They're not happy. There's
Yeah.
happiness is when you can sit there in a room, right, and you feel all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but playing with their kids, but Esau told them the kids are
You know what I'm
evil.
saying? Forget kids.
Yeah,
Happiness is when
yeah.
you could just sit by
Yeah,
yourself. Go somewhere and just sit down. Nothing is going on, meaning you got no dopamine. There's nothing happening, and you could just sit and you're fine.
Yeah. Electric force.
Most of these people, if you sit them in a room by themselves with just a chair and just their thoughts, bro, they're gonna
Yeah.
they're in despair. It's nothing but negative thoughts and madness going
have-
through their mind.
They have withdrawal symptoms.
Withdrawal. Oh no, I need
My phone. My phone.
man, I need a hit of this, man. And then they start. No, it's true. When you're truly happy, you're happy with yourself. You don't need certain things to be because your base level is fine. You're not down here all the time, so you don't need nothing to bring you up here. You go up and come back to a base level.
That's how brothers are in this truth. There's a
That-
lot of brothers
Yeah.
they live like a solitary lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of brothers in this truth you have to get used to being by yourself and dealing with
Yeah.
yourself.
But even us,
Dealing with your
sometimes we
thoughts.
gotta deal with despair.
Yeah,
Because it hurts.
But
We're still in the flesh, innit? So,
yeah,
But then you gotta comfort yourself with the scriptures and
the
not
scriptures
just
is the
vices.
comfort, yeah.
You can't just escape.
Yeah.
Like, because every one of us does a little bit of escapism. You have to, because we're in hell.
But
But the scriptures is also is an
Escapism.
escape.
True.
But it's a more productive
Yeah.
form of escapism.
yeah.
Because we're fucked up too, to a degree. We're not happy here.
No, no way.
But the
Yeah.
scriptures will give you
Yeah, sounds
that
look
thing.
forward
But these
to.
people don't have the scriptures. So all they got is alcohol and weed and
Not
sex.
temperate. Yeah, they're not temperate. The scripture says we can drink wine, but wine is a mocker as well.
Yeah.
They're not temperate, man. You got to be temperate in all things.
And it fucks you up.
So these imbalances, we bring demons upon you, man.
Yeah.
And have you cooked on this shit, you know?
Hey, that's why they got all that depression. They say they got to take these tablets
Anxiety.
Yeah.
because they're depressed
Demon.
and all that stuff. They're because it's fat. It is true. They are depressed. They're frustrated with their life.
Yeah.
No, they're frustrated with so much
They're
around
not
them.
content because obviously the Lord told us to be content.
They're not content because everything around them is telling them that they should be rich and they're not, and they're upset because they don't get what they expect. They think
Why,
they're
why
gonna
does my
get.
woman look like this Instagram model?
Yeah, that
Oh,
shit
this
hurt.
guy again, man.
That
And you
should
got
hurt
guys
you,
like
man.
Tate as well. You should be rich and all that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
a loser. Yeah, you're a
This
loser.
guy's a fellow Mason.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fellow.
No, do you know what it is? It's because there was another guy that was a
What we doing? We're just reading the Bible.
Christians,
Yeah, we're reading the
the
Bible.
hand of God, Easter.
No, we don't celebrate
No,
Easter
it's
though,
pagan. It's pagan, boss.
because Easter's not in the
Oh,
Bible. We
Easter-
deal with the Passover. Man.
Passover.
Yeah? But anyway, let's
Yeah.
continue because we got
Well,
to close
this
up
is
in a minute.
this Irish dude anyway, but he's
I'm not
cool.
Irish, I'm Scottish.
Oh, Scottish. Sorry, yeah. No, he's cool, man. He
Right.
came, but I thought it was the other guy. You know the. No,
It's not
he's
the
cool.
other guy.
No, you're cool. You're
It's
good.
not the
You're
other
good.
guy.
The Scottish brother.
Yeah. No, there's another
Oh,
one around.
sorry.
Is which got
Sorry.
Mason. He came. Oh, yeah, I'm a Mason.
Yeah, some other guy came by.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mistaken identity.
No. We remember you.
You don't remember me. I don't live here. I live in Covent Garden.
Yeah, we remember you said you live in Covent Garden.
You probably live in fucking Shitsville.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right, yeah.
So I was going to say he's bugged out.
He's bugged out.
He's
He's bugged out.
bugged out.
I'm on the one. I don't give a fuck about you fucking cunts.
You ain't got nothing to worry about because we're not gonna do nothing to you anyway. We're not violent.
Reading the Bible, mate.
So off you
Not
go.
Bible.
Enjoy your night. Yeah.
Enjoy your.
Trot along.
Listen.
Trot along.
My
No, we don't want to hear what you got
I'm
to say.
fucking
We don't want to hear what you got to say.
Okay.
Stay
Trot along.
there. Stay there.
Trot along, man. Go on, have a nice day. Go spend your money. Go spend your money. It's fine. See, look, you don't want to be dismissed. It hurts his ego.
No.
Goodbye.
I'm not dismissed.
Goodbye.
Listen, you
Goodbye.
probably
Goodbye. We don't want to
younger
hear
than
what
this
you got to
guy.
say. Goodbye.
All I'm saying is
Goodbye. Goodbye. Have a nice day, man. You've been drinking. That's what it is. I could smell it
not
on you.
drinking, mate.
And I bet it was some good
You
stuff
can't
too.
smell it on
Go on. Go on, mate. Go on. It's all right. You'll
You
be
don't
all
need to
right.
be here.
You
You'll
don't
be
wanna
okay,
be
man.
here,
Go on.
man. You said what you had to say, boss. You might as well just.
Go on. We're
keep-
not going to
keep it
listen to
moving.
you. It's fine.
You don't wanna
Have a good
be
one.
boss.
my good friend. The reason I'm here, I live in Covent Garden,
That's fine.
I'm
But you've been
fucking
calling us
loaded.
conks.
but
Good.
she lives over there.
Good.
She's from fucking Romania.
Good.
You guys
right.
are going to fuck it right up.
Oh, of course we will. 100%. Now have a nice day.
Good day.
Go on, man. There's some caviar waiting at home, man. Go do something, man. Have a glass
So
of champagne.
Does it mean like
Just go have
Because
a
you're a
glass of
fucking.
champagne.
Where'd you come from? Fucking E8.
Yeah?
Where are you? E8, E5. Come
Oh,
on.
man thinks of
Give me
some
a
postcode
postcode.
niggas. Man thinks of some postcode niggas, man.
Postal wars now, innit?
Satan, see you later, man.
Yeah,
Satan,
man.
man.
Good
Satan.
look, man.
Bye, Satan. Satan, bye, man. Bye.
25 years I've seen
All right, see you
Yeah,
later, Satan, man.
yeah.
postcode. Boom,
Okay.
boom, boom.
That's all right.
Get a fucking job.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Typical. See how he's so Dutch. I said, get a
There you
job,
go.
you know.
And
Yeah,
Like,
get
we
a
don't
job.
work, we don't work.
Satan, man.
Do that. You
Resist
know?
the
We
devil
don't
and
work.
she'll
Yeah,
flee.
resist the devil.
See where I come from in Covent Garden.
Yeah,
All I
come
see is
from Covent
fucking black people.
yeah.
And the
Taking over,
fucking-
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's have a conversation.
No, why?
No,
Why?
no,
Why
no,
are
no,
you
no,
having a
no,
conversation
no,
for, man?
You hate black people, man.
We're cunts.
Listen.
Why would you have a conversation with a bunch of cunts? What?
Rainstone,
You
And
hate
we're
black
poor.
people.
Bethnal Green, boom. They're all coming to fucking get me.
Well, we're not gonna get you, man. It's fine. Have a nice day.
The Lord's gonna get you. Don't worry, man. The Lord's gonna get
Yeah,
you.
you're good, man.
Yeah, even the comment board is.
The Lord's gonna get you. Don't worry,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Don't get you good.
Try
Scotty.
sugar, man. You see how man try
William
sugar,
Wallace,
man.
man. Some fake William Wallace.
Let's carry on, man.
You know you bugged that, innit?
Yeah, you fuck.
He bugged out. But he from the Covent Garden. Broke too.
Round the corner. Nigga lives round the corner.
No, man. Hey, you see how Esau, but you see Jake here, Jake could be drawn out by a guy like that. Next thing you know,
Yeah,
you got a police van,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
arrested.
That's what will happen.
Just dismiss them guys.
Because them Edomites over there, they're all like, oh, are they going to do anything to them? Yeah, man.
They're already waiting for the cameras. Got the camera there. Call the
Listen,
cops and all that. Yeah,
I
look,
wouldn't
they're attacking
sully.
the
I
Edomites.
would not sully my
Yeah.
garments.
Like,
Yeah, wasting time with a bum like that,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Because if he had real money like that, he wouldn't be walking around here trying to talk to me.
I was
You
always
know what I
walking
mean?
through the parks, man.
Anyway,
Every
go
damn
on now. Let's continue. What are we? I wasn't gonna allow him to have his say because that's really what he wanted to do.
week. Yeah.
I had to try and like listen, bro. Like it's not
Well, he
that.
already
type,
insulted, man. Anyway.
yeah,
so
we ain't gonna let you come up here and start pontificating. Like it's not.
Yeah,
It's not
so
about. Go on now.
Just admit you hate niggas and keep it moving. Hate black people.
I hate them too. So move on.
Exactly.
Go on, man.
Back in Isaiah 47,
That's it from Covent Garden. Oh, goodness gracious.
verse 6. So I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, we suffer in this kingdom from the moment we're born until we're old, man. Toiling and working, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just the truth. It's been like that for generations. Barely passing anything on to our children of any worth.
And thou hast said, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it.
Right. When they were putting the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans to hardcore slavery to drive their economy and slaughtering the Native American Indians to steal their land and their resources. Yeah, this guy is obsessed, man.
Go say he was
Hey,
over
but-
there.
Oh
taking-
shit.
He's trying to get a W, but he ain't gonna get it. That's the thing. Don't. It's always Esau just wants to draw you out of character. You know what I mean? And once you just show, man, you don't really care about them and anything they say. They get hurt. And they trying to. He really wants us to argue.
He's ruining his white suit, man.
Exactly. Flex.
Yeah, like
He's got another 20, don't worry.
yeah. Esau never thought to himself, oh, you know what? In the future, I gotta pay for this.
Mm.
Nah,
that
they didn't.
rent,
They didn't think that. They didn't lay. They don't even think about it. They don't think that they're gonna have to pay for what they did to our people. They think they're gonna sail off into the sunset and all that's forgotten about. But that's not the case. Because the average Edomite don't wake up in the morning thinking, oh, we're gonna have to pay for what? No, they don't. They don't give no consideration to that.
But they will.
But they will.
Mm.
Go on.
They should complain about ungodly father, man.
Mm.
Verse 8 says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thy heart I am, and none else beside me.
Right. The average American, doesn't really care about security or nothing like that because it's all taken care for them. They don't care. They
Nanny
don't
state,
think
don't
of They don't really think about politics and that and all that stuff and Russia and all that stuff. They don't really think about that. They don't think about it. Like they've been living in relative safety. They might think about Pookie down the block, like when they're walking down the street. Yeah, but they don't think nationally of any outward threats. They think someone else's job to think about all that stuff. Let's talk about it realistically. Like all them youths that sit there listening to Kai Cenat, you think they care about? They know the intricacies of what's happening in Ukraine or Russia. They don't care about all that. That doesn't affect them. you know, they know more about the playoffs and whether LeBron's gonna win the play-in tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not concerned about these things. They live carelessly in that way. Go on, huh?
Says that thou says in thy heart, I am,
Keep your eye behind.
Yeah.
and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I
Yeah,
know
but
the
we
loss
got
of
him on
children.
camera being hella
Yeah.
racist. Bro. Go on.
I'll do album noises as well. Anyone that's behind us.
But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. That they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Yeah, all that witchcraft because America was built on occultism and witchcraft, man. Was
Yeah,
it
all
going?
like I said earlier about all the media they push out, that's all
The
witchcraft,
media,
man.
everything they do is all psyops and the
Subversion.
numerologies and all this kind of stuff. Like, and it's crazy. We could do a whole like 10-week lesson going into all the witchcraft that America does, man, in front of your face too. In front of your face, like, and their companies incorporating occultism and
Symbolism.
witchcraft and symbolism and numbers. Like the first Apple computer was at $666 or something like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, allegedly, and I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't the case. Even the
And
Apple's
yeah,
supposed to
yeah, yeah,
represent
symbol
the forbidden fruit,
Yeah.
you know.
God knows what he's doing.
So he's been about that witchcraft. That's another reason why they're likened onto the Chaldeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the introduction
Magi,
price?
Chinese.
666.66.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
6.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's allegedly that's what it was. You know.
verse
The,
10.
the space program named after all Greek gods.
Apollos and
Days of
Mars
the
and
week
all that.
and all that.
You know,
Mm.
and they show you that in that thing of American gods. How
yeah,
the
American
the
gods,
old
oh.
gods just find a different way to be worshipped,
Yeah.
you know,
relevant still.
to be relevant.
Mm.
Yeah, they
Even
do
NASA,
that.
NASA
That's,
say,
yeah, that's a symbol or something like that.
they
Is
say like, I mean, it means begari or it's going to Hebrew, it means begari or deceive. Also,
Yeah,
Right.
NASA. Yeah. The Hebrew.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, NASA. Yeah.
even what Elon Musk, SpaceX, or whatever it is, in it, you call it the Dragon or and all this kind of stuff. So they play into that, man.
They
They
play,
play
yeah.
into those energies, man.
Oh, the
You know?
Pentagon
Mhm.
faces the North Star, which is the god of war,
Mhm.
and all that stuff. Yeah, so they do all that, you know, all that you know, the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
That's Lucifer, so-called Lucifer, Baphomet, basically.
Yeah.
It's a man in drag.
Yeah, androgynous.
It's an androgynous with the light, with the false light.
Mhm.
You know.
And that came from Egypt as well.
Yeah, they do all that. The bull down at Wall Street, they got
Oh,
the
yeah,
bull.
yeah. Apis bull.
You know.
Yeah, Molech.
Verse 10 says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me."
Right. They work secretly with these witchcrafts, man. And the average person doesn't see or understand. You know, they're not initiated into the sciences, so they don't even notice the numerologies and all the different psychological operations. Like even the Oscar, I think the
Yeah, the
Oscar
Oscars
is
are-
a,
yeah,
is
it's
a
a Greek-
you
it's
know,
a
well, Hollywood is
Egyptian-
one big ritual.
Yeah.
You know, they actually got the ancient temples built in Hollywood and all that kind of stuff, man. They got the pyramids and that,
Lodges.
and in Las Vegas
Yeah, Sin
and all.
City.
Yeah, they Sin City. They look, man. They you know,
All that lodges and all that.
Yeah.
Guilty.
the average person doesn't really, you know.
Yeah, all the Oscars and all that.
The latest one, the latest demon, which hey, you know, she went to South, and you see the you know, Ice Spice when she went to South Africa.
Oh, shit.
She went to South Africa. No one was impressed, blood, because you know in South
Yeah.
Africa,
Oh, yeah.
that booty
Filth,
there is
yeah.
not even real.
Filth.
The whole crowd was just standing there like, and she was there trying to booty shake and like no one's impressed.
No talent.
No one is. She's dead, but
Yeah.
her name is actually Isis. Her name is the Ice Spice, because they did the interview. Where's the Ice Spice come from? She said her real name is Isis. So she's set up, man. She's a witch, warlock, all that business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they blow up overnight.
Wow.
Yeah, they get
Yeah, they
paid.
used Drake to build her up, innit? Because Drake
These are
followed
all-
her and flew her out, innit? And then unfollowed her after, and that's what built up her hype. Because you know they can use one puppet to build up another through association. The sixth god, innit?
The sixth god.
Says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee,
Yeah.
and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off.
Right. When America really goes down that slippery slope, it's gonna happen fast, man.
Good.
Like right now, it's going down a slope, but it's preparing for the, you know, like when the man go, you know, they do that thing on the
Yeah.
slalom, and they're right at the
Slide,
edge.
slide.
Right now, man, are just moving towards the edge,
Is it teetering? You know,
teetering. Yeah, that's a mad word, teetering. Yeah, but
Pause.
teetering on the edge is crazy. Yeah, but there's gonna come. It's crazy.
New one's no digging. innit?
Oh.
But there's gonna come a point here where America's gonna free fall into judgment, and people ain't gonna believe it because they're so used to things happening in a certain kind of sequence. But there's gonna come a point where things are gonna collapse so quickly, man, and ain't gonna believe how they got there. They're gonna look back a week later and be like, raw, like, how has this happened?
It was like the Netflix leave the world behind.
Yeah.
It just changed. It
How
was like,
quickly
oh,
things
shit.
can change and go downhill.
Yep.
You know, when you really think about it, even if you look into the depths of the world war that we had, 1 week there was no world war, next week there's a world war.
Deep in it.
Things can go downhill fast, man, when they go
Even the
wrong.
situation with the Gaza Palestinian.
Yep, yep.
1 week there was chilling.
Yeah.
Next week
Picking up babies out
there
of
was
rubble and shit.
10,000
Yeah,
dead.
yeah,
In a
exactly
couple
that.
months.
So that's how it's gonna be in America, man. So many things are gonna start happening in quick succession, and that's why people are gonna be so messed up. They're gonna be taking the chiz out because people don't realize that the crisis that is gonna come on America and on the world, people are gonna be looking for something to hold on to because it's not gonna be a normal thing. Even when the sea thing come, that was a big event. What's gonna come down the pipeline is gonna be worse than that. It's gonna be like, yo, what the hell is going on? This must be the end of the world. What's happening? A time of tribulation as there was never since there was a nation. So there's gonna be a lot of shit happening. It's not gonna happen over 10 years, just bit but no, it's gonna be quick. A lot of shit's gonna happen in quick succession. Boom, 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 boom.
0 to 60.
Like hitting with a combination, man.
Yeah.
Volume punching.
So real quick on Luke 10 and 18, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven.
Right. Yeah, that's it, man. Quick.
It's the book of 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them,
Yeah.
as it travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape.
That's right, man. Hey, when that time comes, when that child just starts coming down, boom, that's it. That child's coming. Ain't no turning back.
Can't stop
Ain't no
it.
turning back at that time. You can't stop it, man. And that's how it's gonna be now. And we don't know when that there's gonna be a
That
day.
moment. Yeah.
There's gonna be a moment where everything's gonna be on a fast forward thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't yesterday, but the day will come. There, from that moment on, things are gonna happen even faster,
Free
man.
Well, we've got April 8th coming up with
Yeah,
the
the
whole
solar
thing going on.
eclipse.
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
We wait and
Let's
see. We
shoot
wait and watch
missiles
to see
into
what's
the
going to
air.
happen, man.
These devils in panic mode, like they're preparing, saying people stock up for
Yeah.
waters and all that. So something's gonna happen because every war's had solar
That's
eclipses.
probably when it's not gonna happen.
So after that, because
After
even that same week, they're gonna release that movie Civil War. Brothers are gonna watch that.
yeah.
So they're preparing for something.
Yeah, listen, you never know.
Never know.
Something's
Never,
gonna
that's
kick
why
off.
you have to watch as well as
Yeah.
pray,
Yep.
because we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it could be, there's gonna be an event, and that event is gonna be pivotal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Gonna
And it's
change-
gonna move
gonna
things
change
forward,
things,
but
yeah.
we don't know. We just watching, like the brother
hope
said,
and pray,
we
innit?
hope and pray, and we watch what's going on,
Yeah.
and stay the course.
Scripture says as well that the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So the
So-
Lord's got to keep the people
Yeah.
In
docile
suspense.
and in
Yeah.
suspense. You know,
Yeah.
'cause even in Isaiah 60, it speaks about the gross darkness that will cover.
Usually,
the earth.
when they're telling you to stock up on water, that's when you just go right. When they're not saying nothing, then Bobby
Yeah,
Shop's
yeah,
gonna go down.
Yeah.
But we know, listen, it's all in the Lord's hands, isn't it? You know, it could go down, it could not.
Yeah. Because is it like the Francis Scott Key Bridge? That was like 13 days before the April 8th or something like that.
Yeah, probably
Do-
some
do-
numerology.
yeah.
I read. You both probably might have seen it already, but you know that the whole is it Francis Scott Key's name, isn't it? He's the same
Yeah.
person that made the
The
national anthem
national anthem, yeah. The
You know,
national
for
anthem.
America,
America's
isn't it?
true.
And I was like, yeah, that's kind of ironic still.
It's all poetic.
Yeah,
It all rhymes.
Yeah.
Similar.
Going on.
I
Close
You
out,
gotta go.
innit?
Yeah.
Close out.
Verse 11 said, Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mission shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Suddenly something that just comes.
Yeah.
So this thing, like man can't really explain it how it's just gonna be just like falling down a lift, man. And man ain't gonna have time to be studying the scriptures and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Too late.
you know it's gonna be too late for all that, cause too much of shit's gonna be happening, man. You ain't gonna be sitting there. Oh, I mean, what was them precepts again? You better have had it beforehand, cause shit's gonna start spiraling.
The oil, have the oil in your lamp.
You know,
Yeah,
when they
ready,
pull the
ready.
plug on that economic system and they bring that real pain, I'm talking about real. Most men don't even understand this. They're gonna really do this shit, man. They're gonna, you know.
It's like I didn't mean to, but
No.
even like the whole concept online about how this could have been an actual event, the Baltimore thing could have been an orchestrated event. You have people that are just like, they just like, oh, it's a big ship, of course it's gonna happen, things are gonna happen. They can't see or imagine a situation where it was a cyber attack or it was a false flag,
Unless they're told that.
unless they're told. Yeah, they just can't see it. They've been programmed.
Yeah, something definitely went right about that. It didn't make no sense because I know even certain brothers here work in certain industries that something like that would have been some fail safes.
Yeah,
Because I guarantee you, like the way the world works, if a boat hit a bridge before, they would have put in fail safes to avoid that happening again.
NTSB, yeah.
Yeah.
And is that all it would have took
Yeah.
to take down the bridge?
Probably.
Yeah, it's a heavy ship.
Probably. The ship's fucking
Yeah.
heavy, man. And it did hit one of the key
Pillars.
the key pillars.
Yeah, which is the part
Yeah.
I'm thinking is kind of funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
exactly.
Anytime it hits, really, anything that hit with the way them bridges are, they're especially them suspension ones. All of the weight is really being distributed throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
A main pillar like that and the structure to integrity of that is finished. There's no way it can stand up by itself
Targeted that.
Yeah.
because all the weight. There's too much weight. It once because then what happens is something else gets overloaded, and then that breaks, and then that breaks. Yeah, it'll fall apart.
But one of the things they were saying, which they said would have even stopped it, is there's supposed to be like an island around the actual pillars to to brace for that, right?
Yeah.
But you know, it's America,
buffers.
isn't it? Buffers. But yeah, because ironically, if you actually see the
Yeah, but
pictures,
that boat, man, was fucking.
yeah, it was massive. It was massive.
Kind of like the
But
Titanic.
ironically, the power lines, if you see the aerial footage, the power lines near it have that buffer. That's why you see the power line with that white ring around it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
to help at least take some,
Mitigate.
like a crumple zone in a car
Yeah.
is to help mitigate against that. But
Yeah,
obviously, like you're saying, if
that-
the car's moving
The
fast,
thing is, as well, I would probably question when this ship was built if the person that built that ship would have thought a ship that big would ever hit the bridge. Like that's that's like saying Godzilla's gonna hit the, you know what I mean? Like because the thing is, when you build a bridge like that, you're trying to also risk manage, but also save money.
Yes.
So you don't want to really put a contingency in for something that is unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's possible that they just
yeah,
hit it. They guided the ship
Yeah.
nicely
Yeah,
because they
guided
can run. The thing is that people talk about it lost power and all that. Listen, the way these IIs can
Still steer though, isn't it?
if you lose power, it won't stay. It won't stay properly because a boat, isn't it? Boats need power to steer. You need the engine to be running,
Yeah.
and I think. But then even the thing, it shows you that the engines went on full reverse. But either way, it doesn't matter because you can AI can use the flow of the water and find a way where you can hit that bridge
yeah,
even without power,
yeah.
and it will just turn naturally
Yeah.
and still hit the bridge. Like
You see it in its path. It goes like this and it just turns.
Yeah.
You see it
but,
turn in the
but
path.
like the one guy was saying, where was the pilot? It was at night. There was no pilot because I know you got pilot boats
Half one in the
that help guide the boat. There was no pilot.
I
He was on his own.
I heard this was like 2 or 3 that were on board the ship or something like that.
the camera.
What?
It's weird. Yeah.
No, I mean as in there's supposed to be ships, pilot ships outside guiding that boat. It's not supposed to be
Cargo,
traveling at
isn't it?
night
Cargo,
in that harbor by itself. Like it didn't make the whole thing don't make no sense. There should be another contingency. You shouldn't be able to carry a big boat like that.
Yeah.
Like and there ain't no and then there was no horn. The guy said, "Where's the horn?" The boat didn't even let off a warning horn before it hit the bridge. It just hit the bridge.
So,
So there was a lot of things that weren't.
Maybe went out with the power.
No, because so people did ask.
There's
It's
a
air.
drone.
It's pneumatic.
Yeah, it's none of it makes sense. It definitely was not no accident. That's
Yeah.
for sure. 100% that weren't no accident. but we don't know who did it.
Yeah.
You know, it was Satan. You know,
Suppose it say as well though, going back to, for instance, in the scriptures about how Esau and America is perceived. A lot of the nations like, well, like how has your infrastructure become that bad? That's one of the things I was seeing online because people were highlighting your infrastructure is shit, right?
Yeah,
And
the scripture
also
says the worm spread under it, man.
exactly,
So
exactly,
America's finished, man. They
exactly.
spend all their money in the military and all the
Yeah,
other things, giving their money to foreign countries instead of fixing their own
fixing it.
economy.
Yeah,
So that's where their money's going,
that's it.
yeah, they got to. You build a bridge, it's for 50, 60 years.
isn't it?
You have to prepare for the day when you're gonna have to
Replace it. Yeah,
decommission that bridge,
yeah. What
and
you? So
And they got over
replace it.
3,000 bridges that they basically over there that are basically
They're done.
yeah,
Eroding
finished
away.
over there,
Yeah.
rolling away.
Because
So
even
But you
London.
gotta have to shut it down and
To
do
do that.
without that bridge for
Exactly.
a while
mm,
to replace it.
I was gonna say even London's got what 10 bridges because it's like you need people to be able to move in more than one bridge. It's like how can you have one bridge for the whole fucking major port? Like
so we're going,
Yeah.
you wanna
Well,
close
okay,
it
yeah,
out,
we're gonna
close it
close
out,
that.
yeah.
Alright,
So yeah,
you close that?
read it. No, go read
Oh, yeah.
it. Read it. Close it.
Verse 12. Stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. They are wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee.
Yeah, so every kingdom's had its time. The Lord, is the one that mustereth the host of the battle. He ruleth in the kingdom of men. And Esau's time is up, man. The end of his world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. And all these necessary evils need to happen for us to enter into our kingdom.
that's
The
right.
Lord said, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So even though it's going to be bad times, we need it to happen, man. Necessary evils, man. We want this to happen because we can get into our kingdom, in a new heaven, and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness, man.
Get out of this hell.
Yeah, man. F this kingdom, man. Abad Babal. So
Yep.
with that, brothers, will close out. Other brothers that we see next week.
Allah,
yeah,
Allah,
Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shem,
Yahweh,
Shem, Shem, Double honesty, apostle, and elders, a great millstone, and shalom to
Shalom,
the
shalom.
elect, man. Shalom, man.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.